John Fine production on Family Radio 91.9 FM Baton Rouge. On the net at johnfineproductions.com. And on YouTube, please subscribe at DS Jacket Vision. With Yellow Jackets color commentator Mitch Covington and producer John Fine. Here now is your Yellow Jackets play-by-play announcer, Josh Ward.
Good evening and welcome to Yellow Jackets basketball. It is the first opportunity we have to bring you the boys team here from the Jacket Gym, as the Grady Hornsby Gymnasium is still under repairs. Hoping to get an update on that and see if we're getting any closer to moving back over there. But we are from the Jacket Gym as the Yellow Jackets and the Dutchtown Griffins in a Tuesday Dist.5-5A matchup here on the campus of Denham Springs. This is the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, brought to you by Sporting Center, proudly serving Livingston Parish since 1977. At Sporting Center, they have everything you need, from athletic equipment to school uniforms. Go see Stacy Phipps, James Adam McCants, and their terrific staff over at Sporting Center. That is 205 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. All right, Lady Jackets, they are over in Geismar tonight, taking on the Lady Griffins in a Dist.5-5A contest for them. We've got the boys soccer team in quarterfinal action going on right now on the pitch over there at Yellow Jacket Stadium against Mandeville. They will get the winner of Catholic and West Monroe in that, so we'll hope to be keeping you that score throughout the night as well. John Fine will be with former head coach of the Yellow Jackets here at Denham Springs for the boys, an assistant for the girls for a number of years, and he is the proud dad of assistant coach right now, Daniel Wingate. It is former head coach Win Wingate. He will be with John Fine. Looking forward to that. A very familiar face Coach Wingate is for a lot of us that have been around here for quite some time. We'll get you set up for tip-off here. We'll get you some starting lineups, look at some district standings, talk a little power ratings, look at where the playoff picture is starting to figure out as we get closer to the end of the season here. But here tonight from the Jacket Gym on a Tuesday night, Denham Springs Yellow Jackets, Dutchtown Griffins. We will take our first time out. When we come back, it'll be Mitch Covington joining me right here in the booth as we get you ready for Dist.5-5A contest. We are back after this on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sporting Center. Sporting Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sporting Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sporting Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sporting Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sporting Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience. With Randy, along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff, Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs. Personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
Welcome back in. It is the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. It is the Yellow Jackets and the Griffins. Boys game here from the Jacket Gym. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington now. And as I was saying there, Mitch, there's a lot going on. Obviously, the soccer team that we found out earlier in the week today that was now not just the number one team in the state, as they're the number one seed playing in the quarterfinals against Mandeville right now over at Yellow Jacket Stadium. They are now the newly ranked number one team in the country. Did you know that?
I had seen that. Yes, I knew that. Yeah,
so they were number 2, and then they went up to number 1.
I got some buddies that I text with a little bit from out of state and all, and he's a big soccer guy. So I shared that with him that Denham was #1 in the country.
Pretty impressive.
About a week and a half ago, I sent that to him.
Pretty impressive. First year new head coach there, Seth LeBlanc for the Yellow Jackets. And, I don't know if coaching means anything, but he seems to have brought a different kind of energy and a different style of play to this. I don't want to get too far in it, but when you have a number one nationally ranked team on your campus, I think it's worth talking about it here for a minute.
Well, I think it's been a little bit of a slow build because, slow build, strong build, whatever you want to call it, but we have had a pretty good success over the last 7-8 years for sure with the soccer program. I know they've made runs to the second round, maybe the quarterfinals, I believe, at one of the Denham Springs Athletic Association meetings that we were both at together. Miller Hilliard was the coach before. He was the head coach, and he was talking at that meeting about how they expected to have a pretty strong year. This was the previous year, and so I know that like last year they had high expectations and a really good season, and so it's not coming out of nowhere. I mean, they have been good for a while now, but not quite like they have right now. And so with the #1 seed and hosting right now in the quarterfinals as we speak, hoping to get this win and move to the semifinals, they've had a heck of a season.
Absolutely. 16-0 and 1 tie in the regular season, and now they are on their third playoff game. And again, ranked number one seed in the playoffs and made it to #1 national ranking in Max Prep's top 25 poll. So congratulations to them. Hope to keep going. Would love to see a trophy hoisted at the end of the year, the gold one, not the silver one.
That's right. The runner-up gets the silver one, right. And then we'd like to bring the gold one home. But I have not seen a game in person, but I have seen the highlights.
Sure.
DSTV, the guys here, the students, they do a great job. Johnny Lombardi over top of those students, and I watch their highlights when they post them on YouTube and all. So I've seen a lot of the soccer highlights. I haven't been to a game in person yet, but hopefully still 3 more games to a chance to do it tonight, and then maybe 2 more.
We are at the half of JV game right now. It is 27-21. Yellow Jackets with the lead over Dutchtown in that one. So we have 1 half of action left here in the JV game before we get ready for varsity. Let's talk about girls real quick. Last time we were with them was right here. It was a win over Live Oak. That improved their record to 19-9 overall. They are 3-1 in district play. And they're all right there in a 3-way tie for first place right now. So Lady Jackets need a little help to win it outright, but have opportunity to close out it here. 2 games left tonight, next week, which will be against Prairieville. When we play Prairieville on Friday, they'll be doing the same. And then that'll be the end for them. And so as they get close to the end of their season there, right now, number 8 in the power ratings, looking to see if they can improve that a little bit. But
right, because they bumped up. When we last talked, they were number 9. So they have slid up to 8. I was looking at that this morning, and I saw that they're not too far away from number 7. On a playoff bracket, 8's probably not the best spot to be because we have played Parkway, the number 1 seed, early this year, and they beat us pretty handily. And if you went by the seedings, that we would meet them in the quarterfinals if you're 8 seed. If we can get up to that 7 seed, then Walker right now is sitting at the 2 seed, and we've played an overtime game with them, and we've beaten them. That might be a better matchup if we could get to that game in the quarterfinals. So you want to try to get to that 2 seed. They can't do anything other than try to win the games they have in front of them. We've got 3 games left tonight, and then 2 more for the girls. And if they can kind of, take care of those, there's 3 more or 2 more. But
for the girls,
yeah, 2 counting the night, right? Yeah. So tonight, 1 more. All they can do is try and win those games. Maybe they can bump up to the 7 seed, maybe not. But regardless, trying to finish the season strong with a chance to win the district championship, and whether Walker wins or loses or not doesn't matter. If we finish with our 1 loss, East Ascension, neither one of them can finish with less losses than us. So just try and win out.
All right, so a couple of other things that got started is baseball and softball getting going as well. Baseball last night here from the campus of Denham Springs High School and the nice stadium that's right across the street from where we are here. And it's actually right down the road from the Jacket Gym. From the Hornsby Gym. I'm getting mixed up here. I'm used to saying across the street from the Hornsby Gym, but we're in the Jacket Gym. They had their first game last night, 3-2 win over Doyle. So congratulations to the baseball team. Softball getting going
Coach Kyle
this weekend.
Senthal, his first game as the head baseball coach at Denham Springs High School. He was a baseball player and a quarterback here when I was coaching 2000. I guess he was about 14 was his, maybe 13 was his senior year perhaps. And then so now he's back as the head coach here. He got his first win at this Denham Springs head baseball coach. So congratulations to him.
Yep, so just a lot of things going on here on the campus. Obviously, it's a busy time of year with everything going on. You know, you think about all those sports that you have playing right now. I know Coach Beard is the AD and filling in some other roles we may get into later. He's got his hands full. I know he's over at the soccer field right now. Excuse me, at the soccer game right now. He's going to send us some score updates as they happen there, so we can bring them to you if you're unable to know that, because we're kind of curious, obviously, what's going to happen with that as well. So we'll be getting scores from the Lady Jackets game. So I got a lot to cover here. It's just so much going on this time of the year, but it's exciting. You know, the weather is cooperating here a little bit better than it did 2 weeks ago. Again, obviously the situation at the Hornsby Gym. Hope to get an update on that. Do you have any inside info on that?
I don't. I just know that I was looking at the boys' stuff today, and their game with Live Oak that they ended up, making up last Friday, I believe it was, but it got bumped around. It was originally supposed to be the week we had the snow and weren't in school, and they moved that around on the schedule, and it slid a few things around. So their original schedule got altered, their original district schedule. So they've been adjusting, but like I said, the weather now is cooperating everywhere, and haven't had the gym's not cooperating, but we had an alternative, so a suitable place to play. So hopefully getting things back to normal on a regular basis.
Well, later tonight we'll get to hear from Coach Cab after the varsity game. I'm gonna tell him no funny business. What's the real story? Are you gonna get an opportunity to go back in the gym this season at all?
We're gonna pin it down with some hard-hitting journalism tonight.
Some very hard-hitting questions. So yeah, absolutely. So
this ain't no puff piece.
No, it is not. Of course, Mitch, we'll get more into our contest here tonight. It is Denham Springs and Dutchtown, but Denham Springs boys having one of their best seasons since the Tasman Mitchell days. Actually, even better than that. 23-3 right now, 1-1 in district play, and number 3 in the state currently right now. So they are having quite a season themselves, and excited to see them here and bring this game to you tonight for the first time that we'll get to bring it to you. We have a 3-game slate with them, so we will have this one here tonight, and then we'll have 2 Friday night and then next Friday to wrap up their regular season as well. Mm-hmm. No, I'm sorry, their district as well. So everything kind of coming to an end here. It's really exciting to see where the Lady Jackets and the Yellow Jackets fall on the boys' side and their brackets as well. So
the most exciting time we get to the playoff bracket. So
yes.
In college it's March Madness, but maybe February Madness for high school.
Yes, and they go to March Madness. Girls go to Hammond, boys go to Lake Charles.
There you go.
Hope that we can make both of those trips. We'll just crisscross, I-10. All right, so we'll take a time out here, folks. When we come back, John Fine is going to be in right here with former head coach Win Wingate. Again, he is the dad of assistant coach of the JV team right now, Daniel Wingate. So be looking forward to that. That is coming up after this time out on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Like it was never there, Louisiana Tree Pro is your tree care specialist, expertly handling tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and storm cleanup with 24-hour emergency tree removal. And Louisiana Tree Pro does it the right way with properly licensed and insured professionals who will get the job done quickly and safely with a quality result. Their goal at Louisiana Tree Pro is to leave your property better than they found it. That's why their motto is, like it was never there. Denham Springs owned and operated by Doc Howard and Megan Fontenot Howard. That's Louisiana Tree Pro.
It is Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, Denham Springs and Dutchtown, our first boys basketball broadcast. My name is John Fine, producer of Denham Springs broadcast, and with us right now on Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, a good friend of ours, bringing back great memories. He is Win Wingate, the former head basketball coach at Denham Springs High School. Coach, how are you?
I'm good, John. I'm real good.
Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. 10 years head coach at Denham Springs. Last year was 2015, and you were there for 5 years or so as an assistant. And so how does it feel right now to see the Jackets play, especially with their junior varsity head coach?
Oh, you're talking about Daniel. It really it does me proud to see him out there, and the way he's really progressed over the last few years as a coach. He's doing his own thing out there, and that's great.
How would you compare him to you as far as his demeanor on the floor?
Very similar. I mean, it's one of those things where you don't like to look in the mirror sometimes, you know.
Okay.
There's some things that he does that I did as a young coach that that he'll eventually change or not. He's going to be his own man. So
I take it you do not give unsolicited advice, but you're always there for him when he has a question?
That's correct. I really, since I retired from coaching, I've kind of purposely stepped away from the program and observed from a distance. And Coach Cab has done a great job. And, I couldn't have, I'm really happy that Danny has been mentored, by him, because he's really come along. Danny's knowledge of the game has really improved in the last few years because of Coach Cab and Coach Sterling.
When did you know that your son was going to be heading into a career that you had, basketball coaching? At what point do you think?
Well, when he was still in college, he was helping out with Coach Zito at Springfield, and so he got a little taste of it while he was still in college. That was probably the first I knew of it. So I think he has a real desire to be better, and he's talked about going to some different clinics across the country during the summer, and so I'm really happy for him.
Did you encourage, discourage, or just say, hey, you do what you want, son?
Oh, as far as what, coaching?
Yeah.
No, I didn't one way or the other. I remember when I called my dad and told him that I was going into teaching, he said, well, you'll never be a rich man, but you'll never be a poor man. So that was his first comment to me. And then we really didn't even talk about coaching because I got into coaching later that year. But I got into coaching. But I really didn't tell Danny one way or the other. I was happy that he was involved, and anything you can do to get involved with extracurriculars in a school makes your whole life better.
I think your daddy is wrong. With all that cash you got, you become a rich guy, Coach. Yeah. Come on. Look at all that green you got.
Nah, you're talking to the wrong guy. Yeah.
Now, your beautiful bride, Laura, is still involved at Denham Springs High School.
Yeah, she's still money bags over there. She counts every penny that comes through the door, it seems like.
Okay, so she's the one with the money then.
Yeah, well, don't say that because she might get in trouble if you say she's got money.
Okay.
No, it's all digital now anyway. So yeah, she's happy. She's finished drop, and she's 1 year at a time right now.
As an assistant coach at Denham Springs High School, do you remember the first time that you got to see Tasman Mitchell in the gym?
I got to see Tasman Mitchell when I coached against him whenever I was coaching the summer league as the head coach at Bel Air.
My bad, that's right.
And Tasman Mitchell was an 8th grader going into 9th grade at Denham. And I was upset with my team in the timeout saying, this is just an 8th grader. Y'all did it. How come y'all can't stop this 8th grader? Yeah, Tasman was something special, yeah. And then the first time I saw him walk in the gym at Denham, he had a backpack on. He came across the street from the 9th grade school, and he had a backpack on, and he shot 2 deep threes and made them both.
Wow. So you were there for 3 years with Tasman at Denham?
I was there for all 4.
All 4,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
That had to be something special, huh?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was funny because I was coaching against him, and then that summer I took the volleyball job at Denham, and became Paul Smith's assistant, or one of his assistants. It was me and Gil Didier.
Now, they say this about a lot of the great players in any sports, but the thing about Tasman was he was the first one in the gym and the last one out of the gym.
Yeah, he definitely worked hard. He definitely worked hard improving his game.
All right. And what do you see him as an assistant coach with LSU now? You a little bit proud?
Yeah. I mean, it's... I don't like thinking about how old he is because it ages me a lot. But yeah, Tasman is. I remember he interviewed, and this is not a joke because he said this to the paper. But I think his aspirations was, one, to be the head basketball coach here at Denham, and then to be the mayor of Denham. So,
that's right.
I mean, all that's still in the future. You never
okay.
know.
Yeah, you were a little bit nervous, if I recall correctly, when he said he wanted to be the head basketball coach at Denham Springs, because you were occupying that slot at the time.
When he said that, it perked my ears up a little bit.
There you go. Coach, what would you say are some of the highlights of your career? We mentioned as an assistant coaching Tasman. What are some of the other things that you look back fondly at Denham Springs High School?
Oh, you know, the volleyballs was incredible at the same time as the basketball. You know, for a while I was doing both as the head coach of both. But you know, my winning record, my winning percentage in volleyball is like better than the one in basketball, to be honest. But there was so many good players that came through Denham. You know, there was a while where, you know, it was like 4 years in a row. I don't think we lost to a parish team. You know,
right.
For district or the parish tournament. You know, I'm proud of that fact. We did some really good things, and we had some good players come through. We didn't really have the blue chippers coming through, but we had the blue collar, you know, kind of players coming through, and we did a lot of good things with them. I was really happy at it.
Well, you had one blue chipper on your staff, at least he thinks so, and that would be Josh Ward. What was Josh like as an assistant for you?
He was good. Josh was he really was taken in with Paul Smith, and then he was kind of left over from Paul, and Josh loved to dress the part, you know, in the games, and he worked hard. He did. He really did. He worked hard. I can say he's a much better announcer than he is a basketball coach. Can I say that? Because I really enjoy him on the radio.
All right. Well, fantastic.
The play-by-play and the football and the basketball. I really enjoyed it.
And now that we're on YouTube, he's picked it up attire-wise as well. So it's sort of reminiscent of when you were the coach and he was an assistant for you.
Right.
When you watch high school basketball now, or any level of basketball, are you coaching from your seat?
There's times, I'm yelling at the officials and stuff. Sometimes when I don't get to see as many games as I would like. You know, like I said, I did keep a distance for a little while. Didn't want to be in the stands as much. You know, I watched the Central game on TV the other night. You know, the game at Central,
right.
and that was interesting to watch. I've always said I like the college game as far as college and the pro game. I've always liked the college game because it's a more pure game. But nowadays, who knows? You know, with all the stuff that's going on in the college sports, it's tough. You know, the high schools is much more fun to watch, I guess.
Is there any scenario where Win Wingate would come back and coach basketball at some level?
No, I do miss the relationship with the players. I do that. I've thought about it. I've thought about, you know, getting involved in a volunteer basis somewhere, you know, maybe later. You know, I'm busy with my little part-time job that I got now. And,
what are you doing? What is Win Wingate doing?
I work at AutoZone in Watson.
Oh, okay.
For about 32 hours a week, and I got good people over there. And so we're, it keeps me busy. I stayed retired for 6 months, and it drove me crazy. I had to get out of the house and do something.
And maybe driving your family crazy too, or no?
No, because I mean they were gone, and you know, Laura was working, so it was just me and the dog. And so, you know, my son said, "Dad, the backyard just never looked so good." And I said, "Well, I ain't got nothing else to do but cut the grass." So
there you go.
Anyway, so I found something to get me out of the house, and like I said, there's good people at AutoZone, and they take care of me, and I try to take care of them.
Coach Wingate, thanks for joining us. Thank you for the memories. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, John.
Win Wingate. He is the father of Daniel Wingate, assistant coach for the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets, head coach of the JV team. My name is John Fine. It's Denham Springs and Dutchtown. Josh Ward coming way back. Mitch Covington as well, somewhere down the line. We're going to be joined by Tony Sterling, too, assistant coach for the Jackets, when we return after this pause on Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Bond Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Bond Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Bond Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs, with locations in Hammond and Amy.
Denham Springs High School broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision are brought to you in part by Dr. Chip Bangston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, You Safe and Lock, Safe Voyage Tattoo, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, Liberty Auto Sales, the law office of Ivy Graham, 5-Star Printing, now located next to Big Mike's, and Sport Clips. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm. Because State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is your one-stop shop in Denham Springs for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is ready to help. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Welcome back in. There's the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. It is the Yellow Jackets and the Griffins here from the Jacket Gym on the campus of Denham Springs High School. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington, coming to you live on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the web at johnfineproductions.com, and streaming live on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Hope if you're watching there, you'll do us a favor and hit that subscribe button at the bottom. Really helps us out and keeps you up to date on everything we are doing here. And anytime we add a game or change a game or something goes crazy that you may not know the exact time about, your notification will say, hey, we're live right now. You can pop in. So hope you'll do that. Hope you'll join us, and great to have you along with us. Mitch, this should be a good district matchup here. Dutchtown coming into this one. Having kind of a tough season right now, 8-11 on the regular season. They are 1-1 with the same district schedule as Denham Springs, but a tough season. They're
getting them out of Ascension Parish today.
Yes,
they've been playing their Ascension Parish brothers over there. We got to get them across over here at Livingston Parish this time.
All right, so obviously on paper, Denham Springs looks to be a good matchup here against the Dutchtown Griffins, but you know, Yellow Jackets have found themselves in some close games here as of late.
Yeah, you know, we were got off to a great start this season. In fact, we did play Dutchtown the first weekend of the year in the tournament, neutral site. We beat them 64-41, so won that one pretty easily. And we were, you know, out rolling. And when we first started doing our broadcast, you know, we had one loss on the season, was sitting at number 2 in the power ratings, and we stumped our toe a little bit there for a couple of games. Lost 2 games in a row. Got back on track a little bit last week with Live Oak, although a little bit closer than maybe maybe we kind of hoped it was. We had to kind of come from behind to win that game. I know we were losing by 8 or 9 points in the third quarter, had a strong finish to the third quarter, and the fourth quarter went ahead and won that game by 6, 7 points, I believe, when it finished up. So haven't played our best ball the last couple of 3 times out, so hoping to try and continue, get back on track, but get back at home. They've been playing on the road for 2 weeks in a row, and so get back home, even though it's not the normal gym, it's still a home court, it's still, our home crowd, and so hopefully that'll get the Jackets back going and back in the groove.
Well, I was going to say, you do get to come back home, as you said, but you have to make this change and be at this gym here. So, obviously, they're not a stranger to this gym, but it's been a while. I think they said last week it's the first time a non-tournament varsity game and a district game have been played here since 1991. Hornsby obviously opened in 92. And so that was the last time that happened. So last week was a little bit of history to go along with the Lady Jackets playing here. Now the boys get their turn here from the Jacket Gym. So
I'm going to disagree with them and say it was early January or February of 92.
Okay.
Because February 92, and then the new gym was 92, 93 school year. So we moved into the new gym, winter of 92. Pretty sure.
If you want to argue with me, you go ahead. I trust.
I was here, so I know. That was my sophomore year. We finished playing here, and my junior year we moved over to the Hornsby gym, which would have been the November of 92, and so we did play in February 92. Finished up that season over in this gym.
It is in the fourth for the JV game right now. They lead 41-35 over the Dutchtown.
That was vital information. We had to get that straight. Couldn't go on if we didn't have that information, hammered out.
Well, I'm glad we got it good, my friend. So good to go there. But obviously, just a lot going on here with all the movement that we keep talking about. And I know, I hope we're not overblowing it, but the fact that they had the season that both of these teams are having, especially the boys right now, to have to make the move and come into these games and into this gym and play this. If it's, I wonder if there would be a change in venue if they got to the playoffs, if they would need a bigger space. Because, you think about teams that would travel in here. I'm curious how that would go. Maybe they're back in the Hornsby gym by then. I don't know. We're going to try to get an update on that from the coaching staff.
Well, that would be 2 weeks away. And knowing that last week is when we started having to make moves, hopefully in 3 weeks that's something that can be fixed. I don't know. I don't know where they are at with that. And like you said, you hope to find out maybe after the game, talking with Coach Cab, maybe get an update on if we think we may be close to getting it or if no, we're not going to be close. But that's a good point. Do you want to host a playoff game here in this smaller gym where you can't get as big of a crowd? A lot of questions to be answered, but up in the air yet,
You're very familiar with this boys team, as you know some of these guys from your Denham Junior High days. So with your knowledge of this team, what do you know about these guys? What can you share with the personal information that you have?
Well, personal or just a little bit of research, kind of checking around, keeping up with the team and what's going on. But I guess starting with this team, normally we talk about Jermaine O'Connor. Jermaine O'Connor Jr. Has been one of the better players in this program since he's been a freshman. Been starting since he's a freshman. I think tonight they're supposed to honor him. He passed the 1,000-point barrier in the last game or last 2 games, but it's the first home game we've had since then. But Jermaine's been a strong player for us. He's averaging right now about 14 points a game. Gets a lot of rebounds and had the ball in his hands a lot. Another key important player, his senior older brother, J.K. O'Connor. So got a couple of sets of brothers on the team, Jermaine O'Connor, the junior, and then J.K. O'Connor, the senior. A little bit bigger body, bangs around a little bit more rebounds, but he still can bring it outside. All the guys nowadays can shoot it. You don't have in modern basketball, there's no post-up player that plays down low. You get a even the bigger guys going to stand outside, shoot some threes every now and then, and J.K. does a great job of getting rebounds. He has a good assist-turnover ratio, takes care of the ball a little bit, and finds the other players, a good passer of the basketball. Then the other set of brothers, the twins, we know from football, but Sean and John Goldman, really Sean leads the team in assists, really dishes the ball out. Sean is the receiver. You think might be the quarterback always passing the ball, but it's Sean Goldman, the receiver in football, but he's a great three-point shooter. He does a good job on field goal percentage, taking the ball to the goal, gets out front, runs the fast break real well. But he's first on the team in assists, and his brother Sean Goldman, he's kind of the three-point assassin. He puts up more three-pointers than anybody else on the team. He can knock them down when he gets hot, man. They start flying in, gets the crowd going, gets the team energized. And so that's a lot of the guys there. Jeremy Williams. Jeremy Williams is our kind of your all-around kind of go-to everything. He's the second leading scorer. He leads the team in free throw percentage. He's got a low turnover percentage. Now, I heard this stat. I don't know if it can be verified, but I heard that he led the state last year in charges taken. So if someone from Dutchtown is going to try and drive to the goal, they better watch out because Jamie's going to be there in the lane, posted up, and looking to take a charge. They said he led the state in charges last year. I did see a stat this year. I know he's taken a bunch this year as well. But he just kind of does it all. He's a good player, gets a lot of things done. And so, then I think tonight Trey Dorsey's going to be starting tonight also. Another three-point threat, can shoot the ball well from the outside, gets out there, gets a lot of rebounds. I've seen some stats on the season also. Another good player kind of rounding out kind of the main six. It'll kind of be the first six in the game.
Jermaine O'Connor will not start tonight because he's been out with a little bit of illness. And then when you start back and you look back at the couple of games that we said where they had some tight ones with him being out, their rotation changing a little bit, that can affect your chemistry just a tad. But Trey Dorsey's, like you said, a great player that steps in. He's going to step in that starting role tonight. We'll get the starting lineups for both teams for you after a while. We'll get to that later, closer to tip-off. Of course, we will have Coach Antonio Sterling, assistant coach for Coach Cab here. He is he is the coach.
I just know Tony. I never knew Antonio. All I've known is Tony from the time that when he and Coach Cab first came to Denham Springs High School. I was already here on campus, and so I've always only known Tony. So it's good to know Antonio, the full name. So
well, now we'll go with Tony.
Now I know the rest of the story. So, but yeah, he'll be fine with Tony.
Yeah. So we will hear from him momentarily. So it'll be interesting to get our first opportunity to talk with him to see how they look at this season so far. It's easy when you're 23-3 to say everything is great. You can't ever be satisfied. And some of the things that we've seen from DSTV, Coach Cab says, you didn't play your best first half, but it doesn't look that way because you're winning. And they've had some games that have been some really lopsided ones where you do get a little lackadaisical, maybe not playing as tough on defense and all that. And, your biggest challenge as a coach is to always keep that killer mentality of always going forward and never letting that foot off the gas. And it's hard to do sometimes, especially with high school kids.
And you mentioned, seeing highlights or things like that, watching the DSTV, they do a job like they'll be with Coach Cab in the locker room or they'll be with Coach Cab in the huddle. You get to hear what he's saying when he's talking to the team. And like you said, sometimes they might come out and coast for a quarter here or there and not get off to a great start. And then, boom, they hit it. And the next thing you know, it's a 12-2 spurt. And they've jumped out to a double-digit lead and playing like they want to. But that's how we want to kind of get started tonight. The last 3 games haven't been the type of basketball we've been used to this season. So we want to get out to a great start tonight and kind of play from the front.
All right, we will take a timeout. When we are in this timeout, we'll try to get Coach Tony Sterling for you right here. Again, it is the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets and the Dutchtown Griffins from the Jacket Gym Tuesday night Dist.5-5A contest. And we are back after this on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sporting Center. Sporting Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sporting Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sporting Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sporting Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sporting Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
With Bank Plus, your account is always just a tap away. Bank anywhere, anytime with free Bank Plus mobile banking. Pay bills, transfer funds, and check your account day or night with the Bank Plus mobile app. Deposit checks with the snap of a photo. Keep tabs on your account with transaction alerts. Lost your debit card? Disable it instantly from your smartphone. Then, turn it back on when you find it. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
It is the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. It is the Yellow Jackets and the Dutchtown Griffins here from the Jacket Gym. District.5-5A contest coming to you on a Tuesday night. Josh Ward alongside Coach Tony Sterling. Now, I said Antonio earlier. I got in trouble for that.
No, you're good.
We like Tony, though?
Tony, Antonio, it
okay,
don't matter.
so you see, Mitch knows you a little personal level than I do, so he can call you Tony. For me, it was Antonio.
It don't matter, man.
Pleasure to have you with us.
You too, man.
So as we look at this, obviously looking at this season, you guys are having one of the best seasons that Denham basketball has had since Taz Mitchell, and even a better record up to this point than those days. So what has it been like being around that success this year for these kids?
The main thing is staying humble, which is hard sometimes, especially when you're trying to balance, a bunch of kids, not just our varsity kids, but like the JV guys and our freshman guys. But it's also, like you said, in the stand, like with our younger guys, and they seeing and they want to do the same thing once they get that opportunity to play on varsity and stuff like that. So it's been pretty well. And that junior class, they've been winning since they were freshmen, because all of them played varsity since they were freshmen. So it's pretty good. But the main thing, what I do is Coach Cav handle like game situations and stuff like that. But I try to be the one that try to keep them humble and stuff off the court.
And as you said, it is a tough thing to do, especially with kids at this level of age. It's so easy to read the newspaper and see all the stats and see everything that's going on, and see that you're number 2, number 3 in the state. And it's. I thought back to my days being here with Tasman and how successful we were. That sometimes you just kind of start walking around and you forget some of the little things that you got to take care of.
Oh yeah, like with the technology and social media, it's easy for anybody to find you, especially if they hear about it, hear about success. They're gonna quickly Google you or get on YouTube or something like that. So back in the day when you played, like when Tasman was playing, everybody hearing about it, everybody was coming to the gym to hear him or whatever. That's kind of around my era too, so it's pretty good. But the main thing, especially with these kids, so they so into the technology stuff, so we just got to keep them humble and stuff like that.
Let's talk. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Let's just keep it humble. I want to talk defense for the Yellow Jackets. What are y'all going to do there for a lot of our people who haven't got to see the boys this year? And our first opportunity is our first opportunity to come and see a full game like this as well. So defensively, how do y'all get after it?
Full court press, full court man-to-man, stuff like that. I don't think we even ran zone defense this year because we're so little and we got so much speed or whatever. So we try to get out to everybody from from the tip to the end or whatever. Then we got to play about 8 guys or whatever. So it's pretty good.
So defensively, you get after it. From what I've seen just now, the way the game has seemed to change with outsides, that a lot of teams are not going to zone. You see just a lot of man. You may get a little soft at times. Not y'all, but some of these other teams, you may just back off a little bit instead of trying to go so much because they wear themselves down. So I just don't see as much zone as you used to in the high school level. It seems as much anymore based on that. Offensively, y'all know you start 5 guards.
Yeah.
No forwards, no center. I thought about back in the days that we were talking about it, you would have 2 guards, a couple of forwards, or 3 guards, a couple of forwards, and then if you had a big guy like Tasman who was your center, and you just put him down in the paint and dish it down to him. So for the teams that have that, they're able to do that. But y'all run 5 guards, y'all move the ball a lot. So what do y'all do offensively there?
Run flex. Then we got a 5-out motion, stuff like that. But I think if we did have a 6'5", 6'6" guy, we'll still run those those type of offenses or whatever. But seeing the game in college, then seeing in the NBA or whatever, you hardly see big guys just standing on the block nowadays, because these kids are fundamentally better than we were back in the day. Then the game just evolved into a European style or whatever. But the main thing, what you were saying, you don't see too many teams playing zone is because, you know, everybody can pretty much dribble. Then it's a lot of switching on defense now instead of trying, you know, like back in the day we used to, you know, fight through screens and stuff like that, which I want our guys. I want our guys to do that, because if you can do that, you know, you're pretty tough or whatever. But I think, like, when you switch, it's, you know, eventually somebody gonna switch on somebody that's gonna give them the offensive advantage to, you know, to score.
Obviously, a lot to play for this season, continuing on. But let's talk about some of the development of the program. I know you were working with the freshmen earlier, Coach Wingate with the JV right now. Y'all are, you know, we usually have a coach come up for the girls' games and talk to us, and Coach Cavill's like, my coaches are working with me at the half. So y'all are heavily involved in the preparation and the in-game adjustments here with Coach Cav. How do y'all divvy up all y'all's responsibilities amongst the coaching staff?
You know, I think, you know, it's Chiefs and Indians, and I think I'm always an Indian at what I do, especially with the game of basketball, because I love it or whatever. But, you know, the most important program in a basketball program is the freshman team or whatever. Then we're involved with our middle schools too or whatever. So you got to stay up to date on that and stuff. But mainly, like, with the freshman team, try to teach them, like, basically fundamentals. Like, everybody can dribble. Everybody want to shoot, but, like, can you set screens? Can you backdoor cut? You know.
So y'all try to get in, obviously, with the junior highs, work with them, get them to the freshmen, and really just develop. And, you know, I think that's one thing that Mitch had said. He made a change as a junior high coach, is realizing that, you know, winning is important and it's nice and all that, but at that level, from the junior high even into the freshmen, it's just getting them ready for that JV varsity experience to build up to a season like y'all are having right now.
Yeah, I mean, I can say that we built it from the ground up since we got here. Just keep doing what you're doing, you know, especially fundamentally or whatever.
Talk about the makeup of this team. Obviously, we talk, you got the Goldman twins, you got the O'Connors who are brothers. Dorsey's going to start tonight in place of Jermaine, Jeremy Williams. You got some really good ball handlers on this team. Talk about them as offensive players for the Yellow Jackets.
Like with Jeremy, like he basically like playing out of position because, you know, we're small or whatever, but he do his job. Like I think he probably the most important part to our team. Because defensively, he give us something that no team in the state does. I mean, like last year he had over almost 40 charges. Right now he probably about to get that too. I think I got on him last game. He only got like 17 charges. And he took like 4 of them against Live Oak or whatever. So he's mainly a good catch and shoot. You know, in our offense, whatever we run or whatever. So, but if he can get a rebound or whatever, he can dribble it up the court. But he know his role. JK probably the toughest on our team. You know, brings the ball up, guards the best player. You know, he an important part to it too. And I know, and this is senior year, so he got some expectations or whatever, and you know, everybody try to follow his role. Jermaine, you know, probably our best player or whatever, but he feeds off his, you know, like his teammates and stuff. So he as good as, you know, he is because of them or whatever. But like I think when we played Central, had a good friend of mine. He asked me like, y'all don't really have a go-to guy, and like I didn't get mad about it because we've been preaching to our guys to be unselfish the whole season, and that was kind of. You know, I kind of looked at it in a, you know, unorthodox way,
of course,
or whatever. But it was good to hear that, you know. Which we do got go-to guys, but I think sometimes that go-to guy can change each game. It don't have to be the same person all the time, unless it's a Tasman, like a Javante Smart, like a Randy Livingston, you know, kids like that or whatever. But I like our team, but I think the main thing is with them is, you know, staying humble, continue to get along, you know, with each other, which, you know, what it is, you know, like us being adults, that's like getting up early in the morning. You know, you got to do it. You got to do it.
All right, as we look at the matchup with Dutchtown here, what do you see there? What have y'all seen from them? I know you're familiar with Dutchtown and what they do, so what's the matchup look for y'all on the court here tonight?
It's always a tough game, you know, with them because, you know, Pat Hill got a knack for having his guys play hard in every game. Even if the team is better than them, they always play hard, always. Even if not as talented as the opposing team or whatever. But we just gotta stay focused on what we can do. During the game. Take care of what we need to take care of, and we'll be fine.
All right, Coach Tony Sterling, obviously, pleasure to have you. We will see you next week.
All right.
We'll see you Friday night. How about that?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that was Coach Tony Sterling of the Yellow Jackets. We will take a timeout. When we come back, we will be back and continue on. Getting closer to tip-off here as the two teams are out on the court warming up. It is the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Back after this.
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program, to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Von Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Von Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Von Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs with locations in Hammond and Amy.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Denham Springs High School broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision are brought to you in part by Duke Seafood and Steakhouse, Brandon Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care, Coconut Willie's Daiquiris, Denspree, Shea Landry Closing Attorney, Milestone Title, L. King Company, and Triton Outpatient Clinic. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back in. It is the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets, and the Dutchtown Griffins here from the Jacket Gym. District 5-5A contest for these two teams on a Tuesday night. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. Great to have you along with us again on Family Radio 91.9 FM, streaming live on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please hit that subscribe button for us, and it will keep you up to date on everything. Yeah, just right there underneath your screen. It says subscribe. Hit that, and give it a like, too, if you're feeling up to it. Darren Ferrente, who is on the producer here, he will get interactive with you on the YouTube chat once the game gets going. And, of course, we have all the best shots around town and from the court from a good man, Jake Williamson, and John Fine is, as usual, doing absolutely nothing. So everything's
he's
going
advertising.
Great.
He's putting out the word, letting people know we are doing basketball games. It's not just a football broadcast.
It is not.
Football, basketball. You want to talk all sports? We may not have video of the soccer game, but you want to go ahead and get to that real quick.
So you have ladies jackets.
I've got sources. I've got sources that are out there. I've got people kind of letting me know. But the Jacket soccer team has taken a 2-0 lead early in the second period. Of course, just 2 periods in soccer, right? 2 halves, and so they're about 35 minutes away if they can protect that 2-goal lead right there. About 35 minutes or so away from advancing to the semifinals. But just across the street over here at the Jacket Stadium, 2-0 lead. I have heard from the girls over at Dutchtown. They're at halftime of the varsity game. The Denham Springs girls are leading 31-28. So a close game going on over there, but right now have a lead through the first half.
All right, so go soccer, boys soccer, go Lady Jackets over at Dutchtown. Be really exciting again just to see what the soccer team can do, and they're getting a lot of publicity now. When you have that success like that, you kind of start to see it build, and the word starts getting out, and it's exciting to see. So good luck to them. Hopefully they can finish it off and get to the semifinals and make it all the way to the finals, and try to win the last one of the season at the right place. So.
And that's not too far away. We now are at a spot there in the quarterfinals, so that last one is a couple games away. So just one more half and 2 more wins, and we can be there.
All right, quickly talking about the Lady Jackets, as you mentioned, they are at the lead there over at Dutchtown and Geismar. And, as we were talking earlier with their power ratings, the best they can kind of do is probably 7. I doubt they could slip into 6.
Hoping to maybe get to 7.
Yeah, so 7, and as you know, the way you match up, you would go to the 1 seed in the quarterfinals is what is happening with the soccer team right now. They have the 8 seed Mandeville Skippers. Obviously playing, to get a share of the district title for the Lady Jackets, and we hope they can do that as well. And then when you look at what the boys are doing now, as we kind of flip gears to the Yellow Jackets, they are number 3 right now. And, if you're 1, 2, 3, or 4, it does matter, but it doesn't matter that much. But what the most important part with that top 4 is
get a bye in the first round.
Bye in the first round. So
you get a bye, and then you're playing at home in the second round.
Yes.
So, and should be possibly home for the second and quarterfinals if you win that second round game as well. Last year they were the 4 seed, and so got that first round bye, won the second round game, and then did lose in the quarterfinals. I believe it was Natchitoches Central that came down to beat us in the quarterfinals. If you can stay in the top 4 seeds, which we're firmly within that right now, that's within our grasp. If we can handle business and win a couple of ball games here on this back stretch, if you can do that, be a top 4 seed, get that first round bye, host the second round game, and then if you win that one, you're hosting the third round game, the quarterfinal game as well.
Yep, and then you go on to Lake Charles for March Madness if you win that one. So obviously a big opportunity here for the Yellow Jackets, but in a District 5A contest like this, Dutchtown always plays Denham Springs well, always plays them tough, always plays them close. Coach Patrick Hill has been over there for a good while. I think he was there since the school opened, maybe. I really think he was. If not, he was there in 2004, may have been his first. But anyway, he's been there for quite a while. Coach Kevin Caballero, Coach Cab as he is known here at Denham Springs, in his 10th season with the Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets, obviously, as we mentioned earlier, 23-3 overall, 1-1 in district, and Dutchtown comes into this one 8-11 overall, and they are 1-1 in district. So equal district contest. Equal district record, but the overall records are a little bit different. But it is a district game, and you got to come out and be ready to play.
You do. As I mentioned earlier, if you were listening at the beginning of the broadcast, we had played Live Oak earlier in the year, beat them pretty handily. Played them last week and then didn't quite play as well, and it was a nail-biter coming down to late in the fourth quarter. We have beaten Dutchtown early in the year in a preseason tournament pretty handily, but that means nothing tonight. Tonight's a new situation. Heck, you might have played Dutchtown earlier this year as they had perhaps some players that were out from football, maybe in that situation. So might have got those guys back after football season ended and kind of gelled a little bit. So teams aren't the same now as they were in November.
Absolutely not. And we're getting about 4.5 minutes left here until tip-off from this one. But we're kind of working this on the fly right now, Mitch, because with the boys here, again, we have the presentation for Jermaine O'Connor for picking up his 1,000th point in the last game, the last game, but the first game back home since that happened. So we're going to do that in front of the home crowd here. And then we have the national anthem. So things that we haven't quite seen with the Lady Jackets in our broadcast here yet. We're kind of working with here to see how we get it all figured out. But
and a little bit on the fly because the Dutchtown JV put a ferocious comeback, down double digits late in the game. They came back, tied it up, went to overtime, and then they did defeat our JV in overtime. 53-48, I believe, was the final. So we probably would be right about tip-off right now if not for that comeback. But here we are. We're ready for it.
Well, and John Fine had former head coach Win Wingate earlier on. I don't know if I've ever shared this story with you before, but we're in New Orleans playing Holy Cross after Katrina had come through. So I think we were playing at some other gym, not Holy Cross. Anyway, it's a Tuesday night. We're in New Orleans. It's around Mardi Gras time. It's just a lot of things going on. And my JV game went to overtime. And let me tell you, Coach Wingate, he was like, come on. He's like, first off, you should have won the game.
On a weeknight.
So it kind of felt, I was sitting there watching this, and I was like, they just went to overtime. I was like, I can't believe this. With Coach Wingate here, in our first boys game, it just seemed par for the course.
There are unwritten JV rules because the main event's the varsity game. And the unwritten JV rule is if it's close at the end, if you're down by 2, you're shooting the 3 and going for the win. We're not playing for the tie. Doesn't matter if you're home or road. JV game, you always play for the win, not for overtime. But sometimes it happens and goes overtime anyway.
Yep, sometimes it does. So, again, Just when that game went to overtime, it just reminded me of that. And I just thought it was a little poetic justice that Coach Wingate was here.
Dutchtown's not quite as far away as you were when you were in New Orleans coming back to Denham.
Yes, that was a rough night. That was a rough ride home. I think we won varsity, but yeah. Anyway, so we'll take a timeout here. Again, we are getting closer to tip-off. A couple minutes left here on the clock. We'll see how they work out the presentations. We'll get some starting lineups for you after we get back after this. It is the Sports Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Back after this, it's Yellow Jackets basketball.
Since 1898, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as the news source for our community. The Livingston Parish News is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com. For complete and comprehensive coverage of what is making news in Livingston Parish, as well as Livingston Parish sports, we have you covered. Opinions, politics, lifestyle, and the arts. No matter how big or small the story, the Livingston Parish News is your source for community news in our parish. Serving Livingston Parish for more than 120 years, it's the Livingston Parish News.
If you're a small business owner in the Denham Springs area, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, steady cash flow, and an insurance agent that gets you. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson runs a small business in the Denham Springs community area too, and she understands the unique needs of local business owners. She will make it easy to choose the right protection at the right price, because one thing you don't need is insurance stress. Call State Farm agent Brandy Robertson for your small business needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience. With Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff, Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs. Personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
No pain, no gain might apply to football, but not your teeth. If you have toothache pain, gain relief with Dr. Michael Sharola. Emergencies are seen the same day. Dr. Sharola and his staff treat all phases of dentistry, including Zoom whitening procedures. Michael Sharola was an all-state Denham football and baseball player, and you'll feel all world by visiting him. Call 665-3100. or visit Dr. Sharola in Watson next to the post office.
It is the Sports Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. It is Yellow Jackets and the Griffins. Jacket Gym, Tuesday night, District 5-5A contest. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. Great to have you along with us. So Mitch, getting closer to tip-off here. Looks like we're getting ready to have the presentation here for Jermaine O'Connor. And so we'll kind of see that for a second. Once they get that on the court, we'll flip over to that and let you have a peek in at that. But as he is headed out to midcourt, we will just peek in here for just one moment as Coach Cab is presenting him with a beautiful basketball with his name and number and all that good stuff.
Shout out to younger brother Zoe O'Connor. Is going to be taking a picture. When we talk about JK ought to come out. Here he is. They're going to take a family photo.
Course, yes.
JK, the senior, Jermaine, the junior, who just eclipsed 1,000 points last week. And then Zoe, you see standing there if you're looking as an 8th grader. He'll be at Denham High next year. So football and a basketball player.
All right, so there you go. As you see that on the court taking place now, we'll welcome you back into the booth, Mitch. All right, let's go ahead and get our starting lineups here out the way for you. So as we look at for the Yellow Jackets, obviously all guards for this Yellow Jacket team, and it will be the junior Jeremy Williams, senior J.K. O'Connor, juniors Sean and John Goldman, and stepping in tonight is sophomore Trey Dorsey for the Yellow Jackets. Now, as we look at the other side for the Griffins, it is going to be number 1, Caden Wattis, number 2, Braden Dunn, number 5, Matt Thomas, number 20, Aiden Robinson, number 24, Ethan Bell, and that is your starting lineup for the Griffins. So we did not get a lot of information from the Griffins. I'm not trying to throw any shade there. That is just the reality of it and asking for it. So some of this stuff we're getting the information right here before. So I had to do a little switch in the lineup there and some other things, but we got it all done. So good job to Mitch. Appreciate your work, Darren Fuente. Good job in getting that changed as well. So there we have our starting lineups now for these two teams. So Mitch, as we look at this, we know it's going to be a district contest. We know it's going to be a tough one. Yellow Jackets have plenty to play for here, seeding in the playoffs, but more importantly, still chasing a district title that they can get as they continue to win here. They are 1-1 in district, kind of like with the girls. Dropped one that maybe you wish you wouldn't have had against East Ascension. Nonetheless, they both lost out to East Ascension Lady Jackets and the Yellow Jackets. So just trying to get on course here. And as we talked about.
Now, he's just speaking, though. East Ascension's got a strong team as well. They're number 5 in the power rating.
Both of their men's and women's team over at EA is playing pretty
well. A lot of good basketball in this area. You have Zachary at number 1, Central's at number 2, Denham's at number 3, and then East Ascension number 5 in the power ratings currently in the Division I non-select.
All right, so we will get ready for tip-off here. We are going to take a quick timeout. We're back after this. It is the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
You are our first priority at Innovative Audio. Innovative Audio offers the very best selection of mobile audio and video, window tint, and vehicle security. Innovative Audio's installation and tinting is the finest in the industry. And Innovative Audio's work comes with lifetime warranties on all audio, video, and tint installations. Most importantly, Innovative Audio specializes in serving you. You are our first priority at Innovative Audio, 1400 South Range, Denham Springs. Visit us on Facebook.
Welcome back in. That will do it for Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, brought to you by Sporting Center, proudly serving Livingston Parish since 1977. At Sporting Center, they have everything you need, from athletic equipment to school uniforms. Go see Stacy Phipps, James Adam McCants, and their terrific staff over at Sporting Center. That is 205 South Range Avenue. Thought we were going to have a national anthem there. We did not. Again,
they said catching some of this on the fly.
Yes, so. We are sorry about the missing tip-off there, but Dutchtown went down and put up a basket for 2, and they lead it 2-0 now. So it will be Yellow Jackets on their side of the court now. That is going to be Williams. Looks around to the top. Over to Jean. Jean shoots a 3, and it's good. He can shoot it all over the place.
I told you he was the sharpshooter out there from the outside. So Jean's going to put him up, and as you see, he can knock him down.
Touchdown going the other way now. That is going to be done. He kicks it out to Wattis. Wattis puts it up off the iron. No good. Rebound will go to the Yellow Jackets. That's going to be JK. JK puts it under the basket to Sean. And Sean misses the layup, but Sean is going to try to get the steal. Now pressuring on the near side against Thomas.
Funny, you know, a lot of times in athletics we go by last names, but we got to do first names a lot because 2 O'Connors and 2 Goldmans in the game at most times.
Driving into the lane and throwing up off the glass is done for Dutchtown. Ball is loose. Going to be a turnover by the Yellow Jackets. Dutchtown going the other way. Now it is going to be Waters. Drives it down to the block. Puts it up off the glass. Off the iron. No good. Rebound goes to Thomas. Thomas with the putback is no good. And the rebound will go to Dorsey. Dorsey gets in between the circles, gives it over to Jean. Jean works it from the top. We'll get it over to Sean.
One thing you'll notice, if you haven't seen the Jackets play before, the ball is going to get up and down the floor quickly. Not a lot of walking the ball up the floor.
From the top is JK. JK gets it over to Sean. Sean drives it into the lane, puts it up and in for 2.
And as mentioned prior, Sean Goldman likes to spot up at the three-point line and shoot a lot, while Sean likes to drive to the goal, and he's got a great field goal percentage. As you see there, a lot of his shots come from inside the lane.
5-2, Yellow Jackets with the lead from the first here from the Jacket Gym. Some good pressure right here by the Yellow Jackets. That's against Dorsey. Dorsey against Thomas, Now is going to be done, driving it up, and puts an easy layup in for 2. 5-4, Yellow Jackets lead. Yellow Jackets, their side of the court now. From the corner is JK. JK gets it to Jean. Jean gets it to Sean. Sean puts up a jumper, no good, off the back iron, and it is rebound that goes to the Griffins. Griffins now done handling the ball. We'll drive it. We'll kick it out to the corner. It's going to be a long 3 by Thomas, and it is no good. Rebound goes to the Jackets. JK pushing it out of the way, going to try to drive it in and puts it up, and it is no good. Grab back goes to Dutchtown, and they will be pressured, full court pressure now by the Yellow Jackets. Now they will back it up. And
you know, if you look at the Jackets out there on the floor, you can see we don't have a lot of height. We don't have a traditional postman that's going to set up down low and cause a lot of issues, but we're going to put 5 guys on the floor that can handle the ball. They can run up and down the floor, can shoot from the outside, all 5 guys on the floor. So fast-paced action for the Jackets.
Free throw line jumper right there by Thomas for Dutchtown was no good. The rebound goes to Denham Springs, and now dishing it down low under the basket is Sean to J.K. O'Connor. and the Yellow Jackets lead 7-4.
Sean Goldman with a great look from the top of the key, found J.K. posted up underneath on the low block with a little open room.
Dutchtown now going the other way. It is going to be Robinson driving it in. Will kick it out to Dunn. Dunn will drive it in the lane now. Makes a move, puts it up and in for 2.
Thought he had an extra step there, but referee didn't see it that way.
Well, that was the normal NBA.
2.5, 3 steps, you know.
No big deal.
I'm sure we'll get away with one later on as well.
7-6. Jackets with the lead. It is going to be a drive in the lane, and the ball spins around the rim and finally drops in for Sean Goldman. And the Yellow Jackets lead at 9-6. We play in the first here with 3:29.
Looking at Dorsey right there defending. Trey Dorsey, the sophomore, got some good long arms and played some great defense so far in this first half of the quarter.
Inbound from underneath the basket for Dutchtown. It will go to Thomas, and Thomas will walk it up the court as being pressured by Sean. There's a handoff to Wattis, goes to the top, passes it over to Dunn. Dunn works it from the top now. Drives it into the lane, makes the move, throws it up, and it is no good, and it is going to be a first foul of the night.
He said it's on the floor, so they're going to be throwing inbounds on J.K. O'Connor, first foul.
Yep, J.K. with his first of the night. 3:07 left here in the first. 9-6, Yellow Jackets with the lead over Dutchtown. From under the basket is Thomas. Thomas gets it to Wattis. Wattis under the basket, passes it off to Bell, and Bell puts it up and in for 2. And it's a 1-point game at 9-8. Going the other way now is the Yellow Jackets. That is going to be J.K. J.K. gets it over to Dorsey. Dorsey will take a long 3 from the far wing. It is no good. Rebound goes to Dutchtown. In between the circles now is Dunn, or obviously closer to the near side, just across midcourt. Being pressured by J.K. Going to drive it in now, tries to dish it underneath the basket baseline. He does to Robinson. It is no good. The rebound is loose. Yellow Jackets will get it. That is Dorsey with the rebound. Pushing the other way now is Jean. Jean's going to pull up a 3 from downtown, and it is good.
Second three-pointer of the night for Sean Goldman. Jackets on defense. I do see a little bit right now. We've had some trouble with Caden Wattis. He's really quick with the basketball in his hands, and he's been able to drive and get into the paint a couple times and dish it off for assist. So we got to try and stay in front of him defensively.
2 minutes left here in the first. It is going to be a dunk on the steal. That is Sean Goldman with the steal and the slam down.
Got tired of pulling up from three-pointer land, so he just went ahead and dunked that one.
Look what I can do. Here is Dunn for Dutchtown now. He's going to turn the ball over. It is J.K. with the steal. He's looking to get some action for himself here. He is going to pass it to the top to Dorsey. Dorsey gets it down to Jean, and it will be a long 3 by Jeremy Williams. Yep, and it is going to be rebound to Dutchtown with 1:23 left here in the first and a 14-8 Yellow Jackets lead. Good defense here. Yellow Jackets starting to pick up here in this.
Yeah, we've held them scoreless for about the last 2 minutes. It was 9-8. We're on a 5-0 run right now.
Turnover again. Yellow Jackets going the other way. That is going to be an easy layup by Williams, but he misses it. Put back by Dorsey is no good. Rebound goes to Dutchtown. Ball's still being fought for and is finally pushed out to Robinson for the Griffins.
Really need to finish that one off. At least Dorsey on the putback.
Touchdown now. It is going to be Dunn. Going to drive it down to the baseline. Going to kick it out for a 3 to Thomas. It is no good. Rebound goes to the Yellow Jackets. It's going to be a turnover by Williams, and it goes to Dutchtown. We've got just about 30 seconds left here in the first. Thomas now being pressured, gets it over to Dunn. Dunn working it from the far side. Will turn it over. That is Sean. Sean going to dish it under the goal to Jean. Jean puts it up and in for 2.
Little brotherly love right there. Share the wealth.
Inbounds now for Dutchtown. That is Thomas being pressured by Dorsey. 4 seconds left now. Robinson drives it in, will take a short jumper. It is air ball, no good. We played one here from the Jacket Gym. It is Yellow Jackets 16, Griffins 8. Back after this on Yellow Jackets basketball.
People of Livingston Parish for over 20 years now. This is Ben Wilson, Denham Springs High School, class of 98, and the much younger Stephen Wilson, class of 2003. We are honored to have the opportunity to help those in our community return to a normal way of life following injury. From the geriatric population to the young athlete, we are committed to helping you become stronger, faster, and better. So for all of your physical therapy and rehab needs, come see us at Peak Performance Physical Therapy, located in Denham Springs at 145 Aston Square, or visit our website at peakperformancephysicaltherapy.com.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel.
Welcome back in. It is Yellow Jackets basketball. It is a 16-8 advantage for the Yellow Jackets here from the Jacket Gym.
Give me a quick moment right here. Just updating the girls at Dutchtown. They've opened up a 16-point lead, 59-43 at the end of three quarters.
All right, so we do have a check-in for the Yellow Jackets, but it's going to be a long three first by Jean. And that is going to be Chris Pouchot checking in for Denham Springs.
You also have Larry Gayran also in the game.
Okay, a couple of seniors getting in here for the Yellow Jackets.
Thomas scored right there for Dutchtown.
Right there underneath the basket.
Yellow Jackets finished that quarter on a 7-0 run. I think most of that was John Goldman. He had 10 points in the first quarter.
Here's a pass across the court. That is going to be to Sean. We've got a whistle on the court. That is going to be against the Griffins. Their first of the night. Inbounds, it is going to be Sean, gets it to JK. JK over to Gayron. Gayron to the top to Pouchot. Pouchot now gets it over to Sean, and it's going to be a travel called against Sean, so a turnover. 7:08 left here in the second. It is Yellow Jacket 16, Dutchtown 10. Inbounds. Dutchtown gets it over to Thomas. Thomas now has Bell. Bell's going to take a mid-range jumper off the front iron, no good.
Good job by Pouchot being in their lane, shutting off the layup, forcing a pull-up jumper.
Underneath the basket now is JK, going to kick it out to Jean. Jean's going to take a three, and it is going to be no good. Rebound goes to Dutchtown, and they will try to clear it out now with Thomas getting it up the court. Now pass over to Wattis. Wattis will lose it momentarily. Ball is loose. Going to be a foul now against the Yellow Jackets.
Tough foul call right there. JK picks up his second here just a minute and a half into the second quarter. Looks like his brother's going to check in for him. JK hustling hard, little loose ball action right there, but got popped with the foul, so that's two for him.
Help me out here real quick, Mitch, with the action.
All right. Three-point shot knocked down by Jackson, I believe, for Dutchtown. Nope, that was Matthew Thomas.
16-13, Yellow Jackets with the lead from the top. It is going to be Jean. Jean over to Pouchot. Pouchot to Jean. Jean gets it down low. It's going to be put up by, was that Pouchot?
Jermaine O'Connor put it up.
Okay, O'Connor
in and out.
Yep. Dutchtown now working it the other way. That is Thomas. He drives in the lane, gets it up top to Wattis. Wattis works it around, being pressured by Jean.
So Dutchtown themselves on a little 5-0 run here the first 2 minutes of the second quarter. Jackets hadn't got on the board yet this quarter.
There's a long three by Dutchtown off the backboard. It is good for three. That is by Thomas. And it is tied up here now from the Jacket Gym, 16 apiece.
Make that an 8-0 run for Dutchtown.
Gayron now from the free throw line will put up a floater, no good. Rebound goes to the Griffins, and they will clear it out as we are tied up here.
Not a lot of ball movement that possession for the Jackets. So far tonight, we've been working around, staying patient. I thought that shot was rushed a little bit.
On the way now for the Griffins. They are going to turn it over. Walking it up the court is Sean. Sean is going to dish it off to O'Connor. J.K. O'Connor. Excuse me, that's Jermaine that time.
Yeah,
So.
Jermaine's in the game.
Yep, Jermaine is in the game. I like that.
But we had John with the steal, dished it up front to Sean, who led the break, kicked it down low to Jermaine for the open layup. Jackets are pretty good running the fast break.
All right, got a timeout on the court. We will take it with them as well. 18-16, Yellow Jackets with the lead. We are back after this on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets basketball after the timeout there. It is 18-16. Yellow Jackets with the lead. It is going to be inbounds for Dutchtown. That is going to be Thomas on the sideline. We'll try to get it in, and as he does, we'll try to get this new name for you. That is 14. Do you have that on your list, Mitch?
Just the last name, Harris.
Harris, okay. That's good enough. There's a long three now by Dutchtown. It is no good by Wattis. In the corner over there is Bell, and Bell's going to turn it over. Yellow Jackets going the other way now. Long pass down the court. Gayron unable to bring it in. It is going to be a turnover. Possession will go to Dutchtown.
You know, we talked about we were scoreless there for the first 2 minutes, maybe almost 2.5 of the second quarter. So getting out in a fast break opportunity and running the floor, got our first buckets of the quarter. We went to the well again right there, but just a little bit too strong on the pass.
Here, nice. That's a block right there by Sean against Thomas.
Little tough break that it went straight back to Dutchtown.
Went right back to up and in for two. 18 apiece here in the second with 4 minutes left. That's going to be Jermaine now. Jermaine's going to get it over to Williams. Williams going to shoot the three from the corner, and it is good.
Good drive that time by O'Connor. Found Jeremy Williams spotted up in the corner, dished it out to him, knocked it down.
All right, so going the other way is Thomas for Dutchtown. Gets it over to Wattis. Wattis going to try to work it around to the top, being pressured by Gayron. Going to go to the baseline as trying to drive it baseline is Thomas, and he's going to turn it over. It will go to the Yellow Jackets. They push it down the other way now. That is Gayron. Gayron from the side will get it down into the lane to Sean. Sean will give it to Jermaine, and Jermaine puts it up for two. 23-18, Yellow Jackets with the lead.
I've seen them do it through junior high and do now. The Goldman twins are great at finding open players underneath the goal.
Good pressure right here by the Yellow Jackets, but it's going to be a free throw jumper from Harris, and he puts it in.
Both Sean and John really have good vision and make a lot of great passes.
Yellow Jackets going the other way, driving up in the paint is Jermaine, and Jermaine's put up is no good. Turnover, rebound goes to Dutchtown. Dutchtown the other way now. We're going to have a over the back right there against Bell for Dutchtown.
Once again, we did a good job on the fast break right there. Had a player back, defending the lane, forced a pull-up jumper. If you can force a 10, 12-foot jumper on a fast break, I think you'll live with that. And most of the time, they're probably not going to knock that down. And just as that happened, Dutchtown missed. O'Connor with the rebound.
3-point game here, 23-20. As we play it in the second. Being trapped on the far side is Dorsey. Dorsey's looking for some help. Gets it over to Jermaine. Jermaine is trying to get it back over to Dorsey, and it is going to go out of bounds on the Yellow Jackets.
You know, when Dorsey was in trouble right there, I thought one of the Goldmans at the top of the key had a chance to break to him and give him an open look, but we kind of stood around waving our arms, waiting for a long pass.
Lady Jackets 59-43 over Dutchtown into the third over at that one in Geismar. Is that incorrect? Or is that right? Dutchtown now. Top of the key is Robinson. Drives it in, tries to put it up, and it is going to be a travel. That is a good call.
Do have a final from the soccer stadium. The #1 ranked team in the country have finished off a win, a 3-0 victory, and they move on to the semifinals.
Turnover by the Yellow Jackets, and it is going to be a put in by Wattis on the turnover, and it is 23-22. Coach Cab wants a timeout. We will take it with him as well. We are back after this. It is Yellow Jackets basketball.
Like it was never there, Louisiana Tree Pro is your tree care specialist, expertly handling tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and storm cleanup with 24-hour emergency tree removal. And Louisiana Tree Pro does it the right way with properly licensed and insured professionals who will get the job done quickly and safely with a quality result. Their goal at Louisiana Tree Pro is to leave your property better than they found it. That's why their motto is, like it was never there. Denham Springs owned and operated by Doc Howard and Megan Fontenot Howard. That's Louisiana Tree Pro.
Welcome back in, Yellow Jackets basketball. Hey, remind you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Mushon and Associates General Contractors and the Bees Knees Children's Boutique.
We're having fun now.
We're having some fun. Why are we having some fun now? We're always having fun.
Because we always have fun. No matter what's happening on the court or on the field, we are having fun in the broadcast booth or the broadcast table.
Yes, or wherever we may be. We are an agile group here. All right, that is going to be a layup. Driving it in the lane there with Sean. It is no good, and it's going to go off the Yellow Jackets after a little fighting for possession there, and it will go to the Griffins.
I'm going to give you a big thumbs up. You're a lot better with the numbers right now. Sean is on. I'm still trying to get my 10s and 12s on track, but you've been on point with it.
Last night I was sitting there studying 10 is Sean, 12 is Sean, 10 is Sean. So we go the other way now with Dutchtown. Those we get back to the business. That is Robinson gets it out to... Who do we have 3 for them? Sorry. Which who do you have 3 on your list? Sorry. Again, we didn't get a roster. Yes.
No, that's Jackson.
Okay. Sorry about that. Again, quick apology. We did not get a normal roster before this one. As a matter of fact, we got the starting lineup just minutes before. So
got a little sneak peek at the scorebook.
Trying to get a little.
But didn't have first names.
Yep. We got a travel now on the court. That is going to be against Harris, and it will go to the Yellow Jackets.
You know, my cheat sheet on the Goldman twins has always been that Sean is the left-hander. Jean is the right-hander. Now, around the goal, they can use either hand, but you get an outside jump shot. Normally, that'll help give us a key.
Yellow Jackets, other side now. It is going to be top of the key. Jermaine gets it over to Sean. Sean over to Dorsey. Dorsey works it up to the top now. Over to Jermaine. Jermaine drives it in, puts it off glass. It is no good. Gets his own putback, puts that up. That's no good. Rebound now goes to the Griffins. Underneath the basketball is going to be loose now. Other side, it will be Yellow Jackets. Is that going to be a foul now?
Yep, foul on the putback right there. That's the third time we've had a good look at some shots around the goal. I thought we were going to fall. Twice we've had 2 good looks at putbacks. Jermaine O'Connor just a while ago, after missing the first shot, had it come back to him. I thought he was going to get the putback and didn't finish it off. But Jeremy Williams here has a chance to knock down 2 free throws.
All right, so Williams' first one is going to be off the iron, no good.
Hmm.
23-22. Jackets with the lead. Second free throw. That one is going to roll around the rim and
a little
go
bit
in.
unfortunate on that first one because Jeremy is our team's leader at the free throw line. He leads us in free throw percentage.
Griffin's going the other way. 24-22. 7 seconds left here.
The Jackets have gone to a half-court
Yellow
trap.
Jackets trying to get the last second put in. That is going to be Sean. It is up and good, and that will send us to the half. Nice finish right there defensively and putting it in for the Yellow Jackets.
Good job by Coach Cab.
Yes.
We brought out a lot of pressure for that last 15 seconds. Half-court trap, got the steal, and an extra 2 points before half.
All right, we will take a timeout. When we come back, we will have some halftime stats for you. Stay with us. We're back after this. It is Yellow Jackets basketball.
Denham Springs High School broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision are brought to you in part by Cypress Pharmacy, BJ Pawn and Gun, Sport Clips, Forest Grove Plantation, MoDad 1 Individual Sewage Treatment System, Livingston Parish Assessor Jeff Taylor, KOA Campground, and Brian Ross, owner, OK Computers and Auto Sales. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
Welcome back in. It is the halftime report here from Jacket Gym. Denham Springs Yellow Jackets, Dutchtown Griffins, 26-22 at the half. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. So Mitch, as we continue to learn on the fly about how they do things, the girls do it one way, the boys do it one way, as far as their game management stuff. So we're learning some things on the fly, but we're having a good time here when John's not bumping into cameras and messing things up. A good job there, getting that scoreboard quickly again. Thank you, Jake, for being patient, getting us worked out with it. So, well,
I got to be honest, we had a little bit better setup in the Hornsby gym, a lot more room, space to move around, a little bit tight fit here in the Jacket gym.
Yep, a little bit tight fit as we are working off of one nice little card table, or no cards, but a lot of other things going on here. But all right, Mitch, throw us a few stats here from that first half. Good.
Just looking at the Jackets right there, just going through some scores for us. J.K. O'Connor had 2 points in the first quarter, but picked up his second foul early in the second, so he sat the last 6.5 minutes of the half. We had 4 points from Jermaine O'Connor, who came in for his brother when his brother picked up his second foul, and so O'Connor kind of got going. Remember, Jermaine's one of our usual starters, one of our usual go-to guys, and didn't play a little bit early in the first quarter, but got going there in the second. 4 points for Jeremy Williams. Jeremy Williams knocked a three-pointer down, and then also 1 or 2 from the free throw line. Sean Goldman picked up 6 points, and then Sean Goldman leading all scorers right now on both sides with 10 points in the first half, knocking down a couple three-pointers himself. So Jackets with a balanced scoring effort right there. Like we mentioned before, just a lot of guys that can spread the ball around. We like to run it up and down the floor, so a lot of guys touch it, a lot of guys getting shots up. Just need to make sure we maybe tighten up a little bit on the putbacks. We've had some on some of the fast breaks, Dutchtown's defending the first layup, but with the miss, we've got guys there for the putback, and we just kind of missed the bunny, as they say, right there under the goal.
A little bit of concern there to start that second was a little bit of scoring drought there. They were able to pick it up to finish out that second half, to finish out this first half. But I know Coach Cab, he made that timeout. He was like, we're not moving it. We're getting too impatient. I think you had said that, you didn't like the ball moving on that one. You start chunking it up like that. So when you can find yourself getting into a tight game as they did.
Yeah, well, you mentioned we had the 8-point lead, 16-8 after the first quarter, and Dutchtown came out on an 8-0 run in about the first 2.5 minutes of the second quarter, and then we kind of got moving a little bit on the offensive end. Great finish to the half, good pressure defense, trapping Dutchtown, not letting them hold it out, just easily waiting for one shot. We put pressure on them, forced a turnover, got the layup right there with about a 1.5 left before the half. So take a 4-point lead into the break.
All right, we will take a timeout. We are listening to the halftime report report here from the Jacket Gym. It is 26-22. Yellow Jackets with the lead over Dutchtown. When we come back, we will be getting ready for second half action here. Stay with us. We are back with more after this on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sportin' Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sportin' Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Von Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Von Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Von Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs, with locations in Hammond and Amy.
Welcome back in. It is Yellow Jackets basketball as we wrap up the half here. Mitch, what will be the keys for the Yellow Jackets in the second half to pull this District.5-5A contest out against Dutchtown?
Well, just real quick, let me get a good drop in for the Lady Jackets. We talked about them being up 3 points at the half. Don't know what Coach Rudy Smith got going at halftime and what they changed, but we pull out a 75-49, 26-point win.
Oh, wow.
So a very strong second half. Good win for the Lady Jackets. The boys soccer team has advanced past the quarterfinals and on to the semifinals. So now we're counting on the boys basketball to finish the trifecta tonight. 4-point lead at the halftime break for this third and fourth quarter right here. Let's just finish at the goal. We've had a lot of shots around the rim that haven't gone in for us. If we can just tighten up the focus right there on some of the putbacks, get the easy points when we have them there, I like our chances.
All right, Dutchtown will get the ball to start this second half from the Jacket Gym, and a 26-22. It is going to be a 5-second violation. You don't see a lot of those often, so great job right there.
Especially coming out of a half
Jackets.
right there. And so in the last, 8 seconds, I say, we've got 2 Jacket turnovers forced by the defense right at the end of the first half, and then there a 5-second call to start the second half.
All right, here's Yellow Jackets now as they will work it from their side of the court. See what they come out and do in this second half. It is going to be from the top. That is Sean. Sean gets it over to Sean. Sean to the top to Dorsey. Dorsey drives it into the lane, puts a floater up. It bounces off the rim and then drops in. It is good for 2. Good job right there by the Yellow Jackets now with some full court press.
Looking like Coach Cab's trying to pick up the pace on the defensive end. There's a third turnover in a row.
Yep, turnover. It is going to be from the block. That is going to be Dorsey going up. He is going to be fouled. He'll go to the free throw line for 2.
So right there at the end of the first half, we started a half-court trap, and that paid dividends as we needed. Here to start this second half, picking up full-court pressure, strong defensive start on the 5-second call, and then a steal there on the break. Trying to turn into some easy points for the offense.
First free throw is no good by Dorsey. 28-22, Yellow Jackets with the lead.
But that's a good way to get things kick-started if you're playing good up-tempo defense and get a few steals and try and get a few layups.
Second free throw is good, and it is 29-22, Yellow Jackets with the lead. Seeing that full court press now by Denham Springs. It is Thomas. Thomas gets it over to Wattis. Wattis gets it across midcourt as he will get it to Jackson. Jackson now to Wattis from the top. And Dutchtown will try to slow this thing down a little bit. From the top is Harris. Harris now tries to get over to Robinson, and it is almost lost over At half
Too many
court.
steps. Oh, he called it on the floor.
Yeah.
Called a foul. That's all right. But as you said, Dutchtown wanted to try and slow it down and set up offense, but we're putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers right now. Really picked up the effort on defense.
Here is a baseline inbounds pass, goes to Thomas. He tries to put it up, and he is going to be fouled, and he will go to the free throw line now for his opportunity at 2.
You know, the first half, Jackets really not in foul trouble. J.K. O'Connor picked up 2 fouls, so he has to be careful, but the rest of the team, not another foul amongst them, so that's just the 3rd foul of the game on the Jackets, so we're sitting okay as far as foul trouble is concerned.
First free throw is good. That is by Thomas.
Was that foul on Jean or Sean? Did you see it? It's not up on the scoreboard.
Not,
I was running my mouth and not writing my notes. It was one of the Goldmans
so what
picked up that foul.
29-23, free throw is up, and it is nothing but the bottom of the net, and it is 29-24, Yellow Jackets with the lead. Yellow Jackets now. On the top of the key is Dorsey. Dorsey over to Jean. Jean down low to Sean, and Sean puts it in for 2. 31-24, Yellow Jackets with the lead.
Jackets running the old flex offense.
That's
it's
right.
been around for many years, but like Mr. Miyagi said, when run right, no can defend. There's always options off of it.
Down in the post is Wattis. He's going to kick it out to the top to Dunn. Dunn going to try to drive it in now from the elbow. He is going to have to kick it out to the top. That's over to Thomas. Thomas drives it in. Going to be a turnover by Dutchtown, going the other way quickly for the Yellow Jackets. Underneath the basket is Williams. Williams going to kick it out. That is Dorsey, and Dorsey will set it up at the top as he gets it over to Jean. Jean now over to J.K. J.K. takes a 3, back iron, no good. Rebound goes to Dutchtown. That is Robinson, and Robinson will get it
Another
to
missed
Thomas.
opportunity there at the goal. J.K. O'Connor tried to feed Jeremy Williams, who was open for the layup, and he just wasn't able to hold on to the basketball. Had to kind of set up the offense from scratch.
Going to be a turnover by the Griffins. Goes to Denham Springs. Going to be an easy layup for Jeremy Williams. The Yellow Jackets extend their lead 33-24 now.
Tell you what, the story of this third quarter has been turnovers forced by the Jackets defense and also a block down there to set up that fast break 2 possessions ago by Jean Goldman.
Here's a quick turnover by the Yellow Jackets, driving in the lane and putting up a nice little floater off the back rim, off the glass on the rim. That is Sean Goldman.
Turnovers leading the layups. That's what we like to see.
35-24, Yellow Jackets with the lead now with 5 minutes left here in the third. Driving it down and kicking it out to Thomas for a 3-pointer from the corner is no good, and it will go rebound to Denham Springs. Quickly going the other way, that is Jean. Jean will give it to Dorsey, and Dorsey puts it up and in for 2.
Getting the fast break opportunities right now, and the Jackets are taking advantage of it. I believe that was Dutchtown's first shot attempt. It took 3 minutes into the second half for them to get a shot off.
37-24, Yellow Jackets with the lead. It is going to be Bell checking in for Harris now for Dutchtown.
If the shot, when we fouled him, that doesn't count as an official shot attempt, right? So that last possession was the first shot. Another backdoor cut.
Going backdoor cut. Very nice right there. J.K. O'Connor finishes it off there, and it is 39-24 now, Yellow Jackets. I love those old school plays like that.
Old flex offense.
Yeah, that's right. Driving and trying to put a layup in right there is Bell for Dutchtown. No good. It's going to go to Williams. Williams shoots a wide open 3. It is no good, and it will.
Really surprised Dutchtown hadn't called a timeout. We've opened up a 4-point halftime lead into a 15-point lead just 3 minutes and 50 seconds into this third quarter.
Ball went out of bounds off the Yellow Jackets, and it will be inbounded. Baseline to Dutchtown, and Yellow Jackets not backing up much on defense here, Mitch.
Keeping the pressure up, and why not? We forced a ton of turnovers right now in this third quarter.
From the top is Dunn. She's being pressured by Williams, and it is going to be good pressure by Williams. It's going to be a turnover, and it will go to the Yellow Jackets.
Now they get the timeout.
Yep, got a timeout call now on the court. 3:52 left here in the third. Yellow Jackets 39. Dutchtown 24. Back after this, it is Yellow Jackets basketball.
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At DEMCO, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience. With Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff, Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs: personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
Welcome back in. It is Yellow Jackets basketball. It is from the Jacket Gym here, campus of Denham Springs High School. Coming to you live on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the web at johnfineproductions.com, and streaming live on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please hit that subscribe button for us. Mitch would greatly appreciate it.
Yes, I would.
Yellow Jackets now going the other way. Here's a shot by JK, and it is blocked, but the rebound goes to Denham Springs. Now that is going to be Sean, puts it up, and it is no good. Rebound goes to Dutchtown. The Yellow Jackets on some really good defense here. Really impressed with Trey Dorsey, the young sophomore for the Yellow Jackets.
Yes, the Jackets have picked up the pressure, forced a lot of turnovers. I think 5 or 6 here in about the last 5 minutes. There's another one.
Yep. They are playing relentless defense right now, going the other way. That is going to be Williams, and he puts the easy layup and finishes it for 2. 41-24 Yellow Jackets with the lead now. 3:06 left here in the third. Tell you what, just relentless. It's going to be a wide open 3 now for Thomas for Dutchtown. No good. Rebound goes to Yellow Jackets, and it is on the court. Coach Cab going to take a timeout, so we will take a quick one with them as well. 2:52 left here in the third. 41-24 Yellow Jackets with the lead. Back after this, it is Yellow Jackets basketball.
Denham Springs High School broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision are brought to you in part by Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, You Safe and Lock, Safe Voyage Tattoo, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, Liberty Auto Sales, the law office of Ivy Graham, 5 Star Printing, now located next to Big Mike's, and Sport Clips. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Since 1898, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as the news source for our community. The Livingston Parish News is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com. For complete and comprehensive coverage of what is making news in Livingston Parish, as well as Livingston Parish sports, we have you covered. Opinions, politics, lifestyle, and the arts. No matter how big or small the story, the Livingston Parish News is your source for community news in our parish. Serving Livingston Parish for more than 120 years, it's the Livingston Parish News.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets basketball after the full timeout right there by Coach Cab. It is going to be 41-24 for the Yellow Jackets, and they will have the ball as Coach Cab didn't want to give the possession on the jump ball to Dutchtown.
And also gave J.K. O'Connor a little bit of a breather as he stayed in the game. He was down on the floor after a hard fall, but back up and still fighting.
Turnover by the Yellow Jackets going to be an easy put in for the Griffins. That is by Robinson. And now Yellow Jackets quickly going the other way as Dorsey was trying to get a pass over to Sean, and it goes out of bounds. Possession will go to Dutchtown. Like the ball movement by the Yellow Jackets here, though. And it's going to be a turnover by Dutchtown. Yep. We need a tally. We need someone just tallying those right now. Here's a pass from John to Sean underneath the basket, and we've got a whistle.
Yeah, we're going to keep possession right there. I think we got a little bit of a break, but
all right.
Tell you what, I think we have forced a lot of turnovers. That last one, Dutchtown kind of gave that one to us. I think he just lost a dribble on his own.
Sean will try to inbound it to Williams, and it is going to be a turnover there. Coach Cav a little frustrated with.
Yep. I was questioning that one. At first, he pointed to Dutchtown, and I was like, I don't know about that one, but the referee then he corrected it.
All right, possession will go to the Yellow Jackets. That is going to be J.K. inbounding for the Yellow Jackets from the side, this near sideline here, and he will get it to Sean. Sean now over to Jean. Jean from the top over to Dorsey. Dorsey works it to the top now. It's going to be to Williams. Williams kicks it back to the top to Dorsey. Dorsey to Jean. Jean in the corner to Sean. Back to Jean. Over to Dorsey. And round we go.
Jackets have
Dorsey
stayed
now
patient.
going to take a three, and it's going to be air ball. Goes out of bounds. We'll go to Dutchtown.
Spoke too soon. I said they were staying patient and hadn't forced it, and then Dorsey kind of put one up. Not the best result after the shot.
Minute 44 left here in the third. 41-26, Yellow Jackets with the lead. Yellow Jackets showing that full court press. Dutchtown able to beat it that time, and it is going to be an easy put in for Robinson for Dutchtown, and it is 41-28. Yellow Jackets now from the front of their bench. That is going to be Jean with the long three. It is no good. A rebound almost by J.K. O'Connor, but the possession will stay with Dutchtown now. Dutchtown going quickly the other way with the easy layup underneath the basket is Thomas, and it is 41-30 now. Yellow Jackets with the lead. Driving in the lane is Sean, and Sean's going to turn it over. Dutchtown going quickly the other way now. That is Robinson, as he will put it in for two, and it is 41-32.
That's 8 straight points for Dutchtown.
Very quick 8 straight points. Sean now will get it across half court. Yellow Jackets slowing it down here just a little bit offensively over to
I wonder
Williams
if it
on the
looks
far
like
side.
we're going to wait and hold it for one shot, or try and hold them out. If you don't get a layup, hold it for a shot.
John drives it in baseline and will kick it over to Williams, and Williams will put it up and in for two.
Goldman got into the lane and then found Williams underneath the goal. So like I said, you take the layup if you got it.
18 seconds left now here in the third. Pressure by the Yellow Jackets in a full court press. It is going to be a turnover. That is going to be by, who do you have for that one, Mitch? Who do you have on 4 for Dutchtown?
What's that now? Which number?
Dunn. Okay, yeah. Wait, there's 2 of them. Is there?
McBride.
Okay,
McBride.
okay, got you.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Want to see if we can do it at the end of the second quarter, to make a turnover on the defensive end, turn it into points right before the quarter ends.
3 seconds left. It is going to be a turnover by the Yellow Jackets. That stops the clock with 2.4 before we head to the third quarter break here. Inbounds from underneath the basket will go to Robinson. Going to take a half-court shot off the backboard and rim, no good. We played 3 here from the Jacket Gym. It is Yellow Jackets 43, Dutchtown 32. We're back after this. It is Yellow Jackets basketball.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm. Because State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is your one-stop shop in Denham Springs for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is ready to help. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Hebert, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Hebert, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Hebert, and Angel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Hebert, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Hebert, and Angel.
As we welcome back in to Yellow Jackets basketball, it is 43-32. Yellow Jackets with the lead here over Dutchtown. So we do come to you from the Jacket Gym. If you're watching on YouTube, you may wonder why we're in the Jacket Gym. We did get a question there in the chat. Darren's going to go ahead and answer that for you. That a little situation over at the Grady Hornsby with the floor is causing that. But appreciate you getting involved here on the chat. Of course, if you are watching at DS Jacket Vision on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. And for that very reason that we're experiencing right now, Mitch. Yellow Jackets now with the possession to start this to start the fourth here. From the top is Dorsey working around over to Shaw. Shaw now to Williams. Williams kicks it in the corner to Dorsey.
A couple of fresh players in the game, Gayran and Jermaine O'Connor.
Gayran under the basket will kick it out to Dorsey, who shoots a long three, no good. Rebound goes to Dutchtown. It's going to be a loose ball. It is going to be a dunk right by Sean Goldman.
Another turnover, getting to a fast break layup or dunk.
Yellow Jackets with the lead, with the turnover again. That is going to be Dorsey going for the putback, and going to try with the finish it is Jermaine O'Connor.
How do you, that's a wide open layup. Just make the first. There was no defender there.
Do we have a timeout on the court?
I mean, just, take your time.
All right, Coach Cab will take a timeout with 7:10 left here in the fourth. 45-32. There's a 30-second timeout. We are back after this on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sportin' Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sportin' Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets basketball. Quick 30-second timeout right there by Coach Cab. It is 45-32. Yellow Jackets with the lead here.
The difference in the second half has been the defensive pressure the Yellow Jackets have applied, just getting so many turnovers from Dutchtown. If they want to make a comeback in this fourth quarter, they're going to have to cut out the turnovers.
From under the basket, Bell will inbounds it as he gets it over to McBride. McBride will be pressured at midcourt. Going to be fouled by Trey Dorsey. And I like the aggressiveness, but pretty aggressive right there by Dorsey.
Also, you don't want to get to a spot.
Right.
Going for steals is fine, but we don't want to get to a spot to where they're shooting free throws for the last 4 minutes of the game. Don't want to pick up too many fouls and give them some chance to score free buckets.
6:55 left here in the fourth. It is going to be a three-pointer now by Dutchtown. It is going to be rebounded by Denham Springs.
And Jermaine O'Connor. And Jermaine O'Connor going to get it.
Yeah, that is Rouse for Dutchtown that took that shot. Sorry. Again, just getting some of these newer players for Dutchtown in now.
Hey, you were about the Dutchtown guys. I'll get the Denham
There you
guys
go, yes.
if you want to do that. I'll let you focus.
I know the Denham
I'll let
guys
you focus on the Dutchtown guys. Go ahead.
Here is a underneath the basket pass from Sean to Williams, and Williams, was that Williams?
Yep. That was
Williams
when,
puts it
I
up
tell
and
you,
in.
man, both the Goldmans, they've got eyes in the back of their heads, man. They can find the passing lanes, and if you're open under the goal, they're going to get it to you.
Turnover again by Dutchtown. It is going to be Sean, kicks it out to Jermaine, and Jermaine will miss the easy layup, but it is now under the basket, and that is going to be Sean. He's going to be fouled, and he'll get a chance to go to the free throw line. I believe, are they going to say it's on the floor? Two shots. Yep. All right. I thought it was a two-shot. Thought it was a, not on the floor.
That was another opportunity, though. O'Connor, he was defended on the first shot, which is fine. It didn't go down, but he had a putback with nobody in his face, just right there at the goal, and
Sean's first free throw is good. 48-32. Yellow Jackets with the lead.
New goals. They're not used to these rims. He'd have made that in the Hornsby gym.
Second free throw is nothing but net, and it is 49-32. Yellow Jackets with the lead. That is Rouse pushing it up the court, being guarded by Dorsey, and Dorsey, he's going to pick up another ticky-tack right there.
Yeah, that was out near the half-court line, and I would like to say that's too far away from the goal to get a foul, but our defense has been so strong, forcing turnovers. You learn to live with it because we forced a lot of turnovers doing that.
Inbounds pass is going to be stolen by the Yellow Jackets. That is Jermaine O'Connor, and he's going to make that easy layup, and it is 51-32, Yellow Jackets lead. Dutchtown now will work it from their side of the court. Yellow Jackets, some good defense right there. That is Jermaine O'Connor. Of course, Jermaine didn't get the start tonight after having to miss some time due to illness, but he is making a good advantage of his time here tonight, starting to get some of those under the basket ones for us.
He is.
Dorsey will walk it up and gets it over to Sean. Sean to the top to Gayron. Gayron now to Jermaine. Jermaine will work it from the top, gets it over to Williams. Williams in the corner to Dorsey. Dorsey going to drive it baseline, puts it off the backboard and for two, 53-32, Yellow Jackets lead.
If we had a full-time staff to do stats, I would love to know the fast break opportunities, how many fast break points we have as opposed to Dutchtown, because especially this second half, we picked up a lot of layups after steals.
Corner three-point shot by Bell for Dutchtown is no good. Yellow Jackets now on the other side of the court. Ball is being batted around, and it is going to be a whistle on the play. That's going to be, a whistle on the court. I keep saying whistle on the play like we're in Yellow Jacket Stadium.
Man, Williams saved the ball from going out of bounds there when he didn't have to. That was out on Dutchtown, and he threw it back up in the air, and Goldman picked up a foul trying to get after it. So that's our third foul this quarter. Like I said, we get to the fifth foul, they're going to be shooting free throws.
53,
we want to make them work hard for it.
Yep, Yellow Jackets with the lead now. There's going to be a travel against the Griffins. That is Jackson, who missed that one. Rather turn that one over. And it will go to the Yellow Jackets. It will be Jermaine O'Connor to inbounds it from underneath the basket on the baseline. Gets it in to JK.
But I will say, I've complained a little bit about these fouls on this fourth quarter, but that pressure defense that we have used this whole second half has forced so many turnovers for Dutchtown. You can live with a couple little fouls here and there because we're coming out way net positive with the turnovers.
Gayron misses the easy layup there, and it is going to go possession to Dutchtown. Nice deflection out of bounds right there by Larry Gayron, but it will stay with Dutchtown as they will inbound it from the sideline. Inbounding it is McBride, and this is going to be a turnover. That is going to be the senior Chris Puccio. He will take it up and puts it in for an easy touch right there. The senior Chris Puccio getting some action here tonight. He gets 2 points on the board for the Yellow Jackets.
Another turnover.
A little turnover by the Griffins. Going the other way now for the Yellow Jackets. That is going to be John. John in the corner to Gayron. Gayron underneath the basket to Jermaine. Jermaine gets it to Puccio. Puccio going to drive in the lane. Kicks it out to Gayron, who shoots a three, and it's good.
Everybody getting in the scoring now. Puccio, Gayron, we're filling out the stat sheet.
58. They wanted to make you work in the postgame show. 58-32. Yellow Jackets lead. 3:30 left here in the fourth. Yellow Jackets with some pressure there. That's going to be J.K. O'Connor called for that foul. That will send Dutchtown to the free throw line.
Not yet. I think on the next one.
Yet,
but in the second half here, we have outscored Dutchtown, if my math is correct, 32-10.
Inbounds. It is going to be a little windmill right there by McBride, but it is no good. Yellow Jackets quickly going the other way. From the corner is Jermaine. Jermaine driving baseline, and he is going to be touched a little too hard right there by Bell for Dutchtown.
And you know what? If we're being honest, the way I think about it, I said the second half, but the last 8 seconds of the first half really set the tone. We came out and pressured them in a half-court trap, got a steal and a layup, and that's what continued this entire second half.
Here is the inbounds and a three-pointer by Gayron. It is no good. Rebound goes to Dutchtown. Dutchtown with a mid-range jumper on the other side. Rims out, no good. That was by Robinson, and the rebound goes to the Yellow Jackets, and they will try to slow it down maybe just a little bit here with 2:55 left in the fourth. That is JK. JK gets it down low to Gayron. Gayron will do a pump fake and then puts it in for two, and Yellow Jackets busting it open here. 60-32, Yellow Jackets with the lead. Dutchtown being pressured at midcourt. That is Chris Puccio playing some good defense there for the Yellow Jackets. He gets faked on that one. It is going to be a shot by Thomas, and it is no good. And we're going to have a foul against the Yellow Jackets.
A couple subs coming into the game. Garius Rankin, Tanner Kerner, as well as Chris Gaines. I'm going to finish out the last 2:20 for the Jackets.
Yep, 2:20 left here in the fourth. 60-32.
Good to see Kerner got his wind back. He was going full speed in that OT JV game. I watched him get up and down the floor, and he's had time to rest, so he can finish it out for us tonight.
All right, so Tanner Kerner does check in. You got Chris Puccio out there. You do have Gaines out on the floor for the Yellow Jackets. And who else am I missing? Rankin. Yep, all right, got Rankin as well. So that's our 5 on the floor now for your Denham Springs Yellow Jackets. Gayron will get it over to Rankin. Rankin to Pusho. Pusho from the top. Dribbles around, gets it over to Rankin. Rankin from the top. Right wing to Pusho. Pusho to the top to Gayron. Gayron drives it in around the elbow. Shoots a nice jumper right there and hits nothing but the bottom of the net. It is 62-32, a 30-point swing now with the Yellow Jackets advantage.
And a 7-point fourth quarter for Larry Gayron.
Dutchtown going to drive it in the lane. Yeah, nice block right there. That was Rouse trying to drive it in for Dutchtown. It is going to be a foul that will send the Griffins to the line. So we will take it. Quick timeout here as Dutchtown shoots some free throws. We'll be back after this. It's Yellow Jackets basketball.
With Bank Plus, your account is always just a tap away. Bank anywhere, anytime with free Bank Plus mobile banking. Pay bills, transfer funds, and check your account day or night with the Bank Plus mobile app. Deposit checks with the snap of a photo. Keep tabs on your account with transaction alerts. Lost your debit card? Disable it instantly from your smartphone. Then turn it back on when you find it. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
As we come back in, Yellow Jackets basketball. Underneath the basket is Pusho now for Denham Springs. It is 62-33. One of the, that was at the free throw line just a minute ago for Dutchtown. I'm sorry, folks. We're just a lot of action going on here.
We're up 29.
I think it was Robinson. He got one of the two. So it is 62-33, under a minute now left here in the fourth. And it is Pusho gets it up top to Rankin. Rankin will pass it over to, who was that? I'm sorry, I'm trying to
that was Rankin that took the shot. No, Gaines. Gaines took the shot. You're right. Gaines took the shot.
Just when you think you got it figured out. 37 seconds left here. 62-33.
Hey, I'm going to give you a lot of credit, Josh, for studying hard to get the first 7 guys' names right. You've had that good all night long for Denham.
I appreciate that.
Next game, we'll get all 14 because we're deep in the bench right now.
That is 33. I don't know.
I'm going to fuss at Coach. I'll just give Pusho credit for the putback. Nice finish to putback. But I'm going to get on Coach Cab. We don't have 33 on the roster. I watched him play in the JV game. Good player. We're going to have to get Coach Cab to give us a name.
All right, so put in right there by Wattis for Dutchtown. Stops the clock. Actually, the clock will continue to go as we get down to the last second here from the Jacket Gym. And that will do it for this one, a District 5-5A contest here on Tuesday night from the Jacket Gym. It will be Yellow Jackets 64, Dutchtown 35. We are back when we return. Well, first off, let me remind you that that is a Jackets win. And when the Jackets win, remember, you can win by visiting Bank Plus for all of your personal and business financial needs. That is Bank Plus, 822 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. 64-35, your Bank Plus win here for the Yellow Jackets. We will take a timeout. When we come back, we will get you rolling with the postgame show. Back after this, it is Yellow Jackets basketball.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Denham Springs High School broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Duke Seafood and Steakhouse, Brandon Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care, Coconut Willie's Daiquiris, Denspree, Shea Landry Closing Attorney, Milestone Title, L. King Company, and Triton Outpatient Clinic. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
Welcome back in. It is the post-game show here from the Jacket Gym. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. 64-35, the Yellow Jackets with the district win here over Dutchtown. Yellow Jackets improved to 24-3 overall. They are now 2-1 in district play. That sends Dutchtown to 8-12 overall. They are now 1-2 in district play. So that's how that affected these two teams here tonight. But Mitch, there were times you were looking at the game, and I just keep thinking back to that beginning of that second where we kind of went on a slight drought. Outside of that, it was really hard to find anything here that the Yellow Jackets did wrong. Some good ball movement. Obviously, I think the second part you would say maybe finishing a couple under the basket that were easy layups. But outside of that, pretty good one right here for the Yellow Jackets.
It was. We had a 16-8 first quarter, so jumped out, got a good lead like we wanted, but there was an 8-0 run by Dutchtown early in that second quarter, because I think it went to 16-16 at one point. Did they ever take the lead by one? I
think two was about as close as they got, right?
They tied it, but I don't know if they ever took the lead. I'm not sure they did.
They never went by one. It was tied.
We had the 4-point lead at half, 26-22, and coming out the second half, man, the defensive intensity was there. The pressure was there. Coach Cab went with a full-court press. We really picked up the tempo on them. We outscored them really for the whole second half. I think it was 38-10, I think is what I had. 17 to 10 in the third quarter, and in the fourth quarter, 21-3. Dutchtown only had 13 second half points and really a ton of turnovers. Some maybe on their own, but a lot was forced. We really forced them into that. We got hands on the ball. We had some block shots. We really sped them up and got them out of their comfort zone. And a lot of credit to the Jacket defense for getting the turnovers, which turned into easy layups on the offensive end and was able to allow us to extend the lead.
Yeah, there was a lot that happened there. And, I think the best part about this one, too, is at the end, getting to put those younger guys in a district game on a Tuesday in front of your home crowd. We talk about that when these big leads happen in football, basketball, whatever it may be, when some of those guys who aren't usually your starting 5 or 6 or 7 that come off the bench are able to get in there. I mean, you had your whole backups in for the last, 2.5 minutes of the game, which is just great to see. And it's such good exposure for them. And, you talk about the depth of this and how they go in and able to show out a bit. So it was good to see that. And they did a good job out there. You could tell that they were well rested and had some juice going.
Well, that was good, but more specifically, maybe the first 7 guys you going into it, Jermaine O'Connor's our leading scorer. He didn't play a whole lot tonight. There's been some illness and in and out of practice a little bit, and so he didn't play as much as he normally does. He only had 4 points tonight, and yet we pulled out a big victory because we are deep within our first 7. It could be any guy that go off, any guy that is the leading scorer for us. We had three players in double digits and was able to really spread out the scoring. It's not just this one guy's got to carry us kind of effort for the Jackets. Any of the first 7 guys could go out and get you double digits any night.
Yeah, it says a lot about your bench and how when you start talking about playoffs, that having someone could tweak an ankle in the playoffs, and you have those guys that can come in. That's a big value to have. So
tweak an ankle, foul trouble, or whatever.
Yeah,
like I said, we are. We have 7 guys that can handle the basketball, 7 guys that can push it up the floor, 7 guys that can shoot the ball from the outside. So we're not locked into that. The one area that could be concerned is if it depends on who you match up with in the playoffs, and that's where we got a little bit of trouble with Central. Central has some bigger guys. You get some big post players down low. We don't have a lot of height underneath, but not everybody in high school has someone 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". Just not a lot of those guys walking around.
Well, this is very exciting. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we will hear from the head coach himself. Coach Cab will join us right here in the booth. Stay with us. We are back after this. It is Yellow Jackets basketball.
If you're a small business owner in the Denham Springs area, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, steady cash flow, and an insurance agent that gets you. State Farm agent Randy Robertson runs a small business in the Denham Springs community area too, and she understands the unique needs of local business owners. She will make it easy to choose the right protection at the right price, because one thing you don't need is insurance stress. Call State Farm agent Randy Robertson for your small business needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
No pain, no gain might apply to football, but not your teeth. If you have toothache pain, gain relief with Dr. Michael Sharola. Emergencies are seen the same day. Dr. Sharola and his staff treat all phases of dentistry, including Zoom whitening procedures. Michael Sharola was an all-state Denham football and baseball player, and you'll feel all world by visiting him. Call 665-3100 or visit Dr. Sharola in Watson next to the post office.
You are our first priority at Innovative Audio. Innovative Audio offers the very best selection of mobile audio and video, window tint, and vehicle security. Innovative Audio's installation and tinting is the finest in the industry. And Innovative Audio's work comes with lifetime warranties on all audio, video, and tint installations. Most importantly, Innovative Audio specializes in serving you. You are our first priority at Innovative Audio, 1400 South Range, Denham Springs. Visit us on Facebook.
Peak Performance Physical Therapy is excited to announce the opening of our newest clinic location in Watson. We are located at 32871 Highway 16 at the corner of Amy Church Road and Highway 16. And don't forget about our Denham Springs Clinic located at 145 Aspen Square next to Spectrum Fitness Club. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone.
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience. With Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff, Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs. Personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
Welcome back in. It is the post-game show here from the Jacket Gym. Josh Ward alongside Victoria's head coach, Coach Cab of the Yellow Jackets. 64-35 the final here, a district contest against Dutchtown. Usually a team that plays you pretty tough. You got after them you got after them tonight and improves your record to 24-3 overall. You're 2-1 in district now. A lot of positives that you could take away from this one, Coach.
Yeah, we knew coming in that they were going to be tough. They always are. Coach Hill does a great job with them. I thought that, the third quarter was real important for us when we came out of half. We played them earlier in the year, and the score was close in the first half, just like it was tonight. And then we made a push in that third quarter there in Santa Ma's tournament when we played them, and we did that again tonight.
So did you use that same playbook from that tournament at Santa Maria to kind of see what you kind of saw the same thing tonight? Like, let's just go back and run it back?
Well, you know, throughout the year we've had some success in the third quarter coming out. You know, we played some numerous guys. I thought that, you know, he was a little limited in the guys that he could play. And, you know, putting pressure on the basketball and every possession is important. You know, it's almost exhausting for lack of a better word.
Mitch wanted me to ask you about, you talked about your defense and how y'all played, and you talked about coming out in the third and wanting to put some pressure on them. He wanted me to ask you about the half-court trap in the last 10 seconds of the first half.
Yeah, well, it was actually, it wasn't half. It was full, but it ended up in half. And, you know, we didn't get out of it. We wanted to try to get some pressure on them and maybe get one before the buzzer, and it worked out for us on this one.
It did. That was a very pretty one there. And what I like about your offense, coach, is it's very old school at times with that flex. You're doing the backdoor passes. I just love that kind of offense. You don't see it a lot sometimes, but I know that kind of with the size that y'all have, that you're kind of running this offense with the 5 guards, and that kind of allows you to do those kind of things.
Yeah, you know, this year and in last year too, for the most part, we get in it at a little different, you know, 5 out because we don't have a post presence down in there, and it still gives the kids a chance to play, you know, and it's hard to guard. I mean, that's why it's old school and it's still around, because it's hard to guard. And I thought tonight we did a good job of it in spots when we weren't in transition.
Saw a former coach here that has worked at Denham Springs before, but a guy well-known, Kenny Allman, was in the gym here tonight. And I remember when we used to play him, he ran that stupid triangle that we hated so much. But you talk about some of those offenses that stick around because of how well they work. And Coach Allman was one of those coaches. He was like, yeah, not a lot of people are doing it, and nobody can defend it.
Well, you know, I told the kids the day after we watched LSU and Auburn, you know, if the #1 team in Division I basketball can run the flex, and Coach Pearl does, yes, obviously they must have some benefits to it.
All right, talk about the defense. We mentioned it here a second ago, but, man, defensively, y'all do a lot of pressure. Y'all put a lot of pressure on the other team. Y'all do a lot of full-court press. Y'all get into a little half-court press. It's mostly full-court press, though, but why do you like to put so much pressure on the other team?
Well, one, you know, we've got some quickness. We've got some kids that are good with their hands, you know, and their feet. They're good at anticipation, you know, where the ball is going next.
Try to get our audio back right there. So we're all set back. So again, just talk about defense. You like to put a lot of pressure because of how quick you are. So just talk about how much your guys put the emphasis on the defensive side.
Well, I mean, you know, it does take you know, there's not a big post presence for us, so we can't afford to walk the ball down and just play in the half court. So we need to stretch the floor, and the guys are good at it. They like to play like that. So, and you know, we've won 24 games doing it, so obviously it's working.
All right, so I know you want to keep the success going, keep playing well. Obviously, you had some players come in tonight. You got to put a lot of your subs in for the Yellow Jackets, which is always good to do. But you know, with all Trey Dorsey coming off the bench as he's had to do to step in for
Jermaine.
For Jermaine, yes. Played very well. So.
Yeah, Jermaine's been fighting a little bug the last couple of days. He hadn't been able to practice, and we didn't want to let him go too much. He was feeling better today, but we didn't want to, you know, relapsing. I mean, we still got a little basketball left to play. I thought Trey did a good job. He got off to a little slow start defensively, but picked it up, getting his confidence level back in there. And then Larry did a great job coming off the bench tonight. So, you know, one of the things we play from guys, so, and that keeps them all in.
It's a good problem to have. Coach, lastly, before we let you get out of here, obviously you're playing at the Jacket Gym. What's the update on the Hornsby Gym? I know you saw the man himself, Mr. Cecil Harris, was in the house tonight as well. So what can you tell us when it comes to the terms of what's going on at the great Hornsby Gym?
Well, they thought they were going to be able to patch the floor, and then when they took up the pieces, they thought they could patch it. Found more than what they thought they would find. Then Mr. Harris said he's going to attempt to get that changed out in 3 weeks. And, you know, it's great. We'll be back in there. But, you know, we're not making any excuses. I mean, you know, Coach Wingate was back in the house tonight.
Yeah, we had him on the sports team.
He told me he played in here once, and it was good for the kids. And sure, we miss the comfort of the Hornsby, but it wasn't.
I guess real last question now, is there any contingency plans that you would make to play somewhere when it comes to playoffs? Because this is obviously a much smaller gym than what you're accustomed to.
Yeah, you know, you'd have to have an agreement from the opposing coach to play in here. You could do it. I mean, you know, they get an agreement in writing. However, you know, it's also a question of, you know, the playoff might have more fans, and, and we don't want to make anybody not be able to watch. So, no, we've talked about a few things, but as far as what would we do if we, you know, when we get there to that bridge, we hadn't decided yet.
But it is in the talks. Good to know.
Yes,
all right, Coach, we really appreciate the time. Look forward to seeing you on Friday night as you will host Pregame here from the Jacket Gym.
Okay, sure.
I was Coach Cap of the Yellow Jackets. We are back after this on the Postgame
Thank
show.
you, Josh.
Thank you.
All right, fella.
Visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Like it was never there, Louisiana Tree Pro is your tree care specialist, expertly handling tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and storm cleanup with 24-hour emergency tree removal. And Louisiana Tree Pro does it the right way with properly licensed and insured professionals who will get the job done quickly and safely with a quality result. Their goal at Louisiana Tree Pro is to leave your property better than they found it. That's why their motto is, like it was never there. Denham Springs owned and operated by Doc Howard and Megan Fontenot Howard. That's Louisiana Tree Pro.
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Welcome back in. Post-game show, wrapping it up here from the Jacket Gym. 64-35, Yellow Jackets with the lead. Again, that is now Yellow Jackets at 24-3 overall, 2-1 in district. Sends Dutchtown 8-12 overall, 1-2 in district. Next game for Denham Springs boys will be home against Prairieville, and for the girls, it'll be their last regular season game at Prairieville. So the boys and girls on opposite schedule. It was EA last week. We got
Prairieville
this week, and
EA
then
last week. We had Live Oak. We had Live Oak the same night. So it all ended up matching up after that. But girls are playing for a district title.
Yep.
If they can beat Prairieville, they'll be district champs. Doesn't matter what Walker does. Doesn't matter what Sandomal does. Right? East Ascension. I'm sorry, East Ascension. Because even if you tie, you're a district champion. So.
Yes, correct. So boys and girls for Denham Springs basketball is playing for district champions here, so excited about that. All right, Mitch, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up here. Great win for the Yellow Jackets as they look forward to continue on. Of course, next week we will be, excuse me, I keep saying next week because I'm used to our Friday games. This is a Tuesday. We will be with you Friday at 6:15
Basketball, we get
for
two
the
games in a week.
That's right. It'll be 6:15 this Friday for the Sports Center Yellow Jackets warm-up against the Prairieville Hurricanes for the boys right here. And, of course, as just mentioned, the girls will be at Prairieville to play the Lady Hurricanes. So go ahead and give your final thoughts on this one.
I was just going to look real quick and just talk about, the balanced scoring the Jackets had. I mean, we had Chris Pouchot with 4 points, in the fourth quarter for the Jackets. Jermaine O'Connor had 6. Larry Gayran had 7 fourth quarter points. Then you get to J.K. O'Connor with 4 points. Then we got the guys in the double digits. We had John Goldman, who had 10 in the first quarter. Didn't get any more the rest of the game, but he had a lot of assists. He had steals. He had blocked shots. He was all over the floor out there. We had Jeremy Williams with 12 points, and then our leading scorer for the night, Sean Goldman, with 14. So very balanced. You get 14, 12, 10, 7, 7, 6, 4, and 4. So Trey Dorsey had 7. I think I left him out right there. But very balanced, as I mentioned earlier when the game ended. It's not just a one-guy effort with the Jackets. It can be one of many guys makes the difference and leads us for any night of the week.
All right, Mitch, good job tonight. Appreciate all your hard work. Want to thank everyone who joined us.
I do want to give one little shout-out real quick. So a little unique situation. DeJean Goldman, I saw you posted it on Twitter right here, and I just got reminded about it a little bit ago. He's up for SI Sports Illustrated. They don't have the magazine anymore, but they still have the website, Player of the Week. You could go to, if you just search it, SI Louisiana High School Player of the Week. He's listed with about 10 other players around the state, boys and girls, and he was nominated for his good efforts against Live Oak as we defeated Live Oak last Friday. And so DeJean Goldman, one of our own, Denham Springs High School, up for Sports Illustrated Louisiana High School Player of the Week. You can go vote for him online.
Yes. So go vote for him, and right after you do that, go subscribe to @DS Jacket Vision. So
that's right.
That way you'll have all bases covered.
You got two homework assignments before Friday.
That's right. Mitch, again, good job. Appreciate it. Want to thank everybody involved. For all of you who are watching, I want to thank our good man, Jake Williamson, Darren Ferrente, Lamine Figueroa back at the studio, John Fine, I guess, as well. Thank you all for joining us. It's been a pleasure being with you again. It will be 6:15 from the Jacket Gym, Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, Denham Springs Yellow Jackets, and the Prairieville Hurricane boys game right here from the Jacket Gym. Been a pleasure having you with us. For everyone here, the whole crew here, thanks for joining us. We'll see you Friday. Good night, everybody.
You've been listening to Denham Springs High School basketball broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM Baton Rouge. On the net at johnfineproductions.com. And on YouTube, please subscribe at DS Jacket Vision. Josh Ward on play-by-play with Mitch Covington on color commentary. Denham Springs High School basketball broadcasts are a John Fine production.
This is